first to accept the finals. This is official Tekken World Tour rules. And yeah.
Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Ketchup and I'm joined on commentary as always by Mustard, and this is the Tekken World Tour live from Dreamlish Derby. And this is going to be quite a cracker of EU Tekken. I think indeed it was a long fought day of Tekken top level action in Europe yesterday, and obviously we have some of the crowd favourites here. Bati doing well, Legendarymihawk, Caiper's made another top 8 for himself, Asim, you representing the UK, and obviously the big elephant in the room, JDCR, Echo Fox JDCR, looking here comfortably in winners, looking to take on Bati in what I think will be our first game of this top 8, but it's going to be good regardless. So as we go on throughout the Tekken World Tour, qualification points become oh so important. And there are a few players in this top 8, like Caiper and Legendarymihawk, that have a respective standing in the Tekken World Tour EU leaderboards. They're doing quite well for themselves, and by getting top 8 means they will now naturally progress and just go higher up in that leaderboard anyway. Just kind of run you guys through that bracket. Our first matchup is going to be Echo Fox JDCR versus Bati. Malekith versus RTFM Asim is another match in winners. And then going into our lower brackets, Caiper versus KiraKira, or MYI KiraKira. And then Crazy Super Akuma versus Legendarymihawk to finish off our first round of top 8. So there are a lot of matches here that I am personally looking forward to seeing. Obviously JDCR versus Bati being one of the big ones I'm interested. Obviously Bati bringing that really solid as a rock king. I think is a really interesting character to come up against a player like JDCR, considering how snowbally he can be, obviously getting huge damage out of almost nowhere. Obviously JDCR being very good, I think, dealing with the overall cast by now. I don't think there's really a matchup he's not prepared. I feel like Bati though versus JDCR is a matchup that we've both been kind of excited to see, because Bati was just kind of just running through people yesterday, looking really, really strong. And the running theme of today is going to be, is there a player here that can bring it to JDCR? Because that really is the big story here, in that Echo Fox are doing fantastically well in Tekken. We just had the Tokyo Tekken Masters where Saint was able to take the crown with that one. Is Echo Fox going to have 2 wins in one day, or will a European shut that down and pull off the upset? We will find out in just a number of, a few hours now. I believe we might be starting with our losers bracket action, I think, before we get underway. But that means obviously if you lose here, we've said before, right, the Tekken World Tour, the whole point is those leaderboards, is getting as many points as you can at Tekken World Tour events. Yeah, it's KiraKira, exactly, to try and get one of those top 5 spaces so you can qualify for the finals. We have some players here in this top 8 that desperately need to make sure that they get these points now to either solidify their almost like guaranteedness at this point to make the finals, but also maybe try and get out of that danger zone, the lower end, almost at the 4th to 5th place, and that's, for example, Legendarymihawk is in that situation. However, well, it's funny, there really is no player that sums that up more than Caiper, right, because he's just come fresh off versus fighting 2017 mere a few weeks ago, where he got top 3, the highest placing European in that tournament, and it gave him a nice chunk of points where he's just behind Kane and Trench, of which Kane and Trench leads the way in the European leaderboards. But the big deal here was that yesterday, to get into top 8 from the loser's side, Kane and Trench had to face off against Caiper, and it was Caiper that took that last round 2-1, an unbelievably close set, but by Caiper winning that, he's now in a great situation to pull off ahead and potentially be the one to beat in the EU. But that's something that I think Caiper really has going for him right now, is that sort of just sheer clutch factor. Because you saw him against Crazy Super Akuma before, way earlier in the day, where he was on the verge of being sent to losers by Crazy Super Akuma, but he was able to keep himself composed, come back from that huge deficit, and ultimately take the entire set. And that's exactly what happened to him against Kane and Trench as well. He was found himself one round away from being, at that point, eliminated, because it was losers by that point, but was already able to, again, compose himself and make sure he made it through. And here he is, loser side top 8. So there's going to be no second chances here. You are starting off in loser side, you lose here, you are eliminated. But every single place matters here, because you need to make sure you get as many points as you can. But also, let's not forget KiraKira. KiraKira has had a really strong showing with Eliza all through yesterday, but especially like the later the day got, the more comfortable he seemed to be. And she's quite a unique character in Tekken 7 anyway. I mean, we said this yesterday and we'll say it again. We'll probably say it when Akuma comes up to play as well, but these characters like Eliza and like Akuma, they play Tekken very well, but they also play by their own set of rules because of just how naturally some of their moves tend to work. And they have those sort of fireball-based moves. They can FADC or cancel out of those to continue pressure or to continue combos. They've got those invincible reversals, those DPs that you've got to respect, especially if they've got that bar of super meter, which even then, no one else has a super meter, only then. I think that is one of the biggest things that separates these characters, though, is that added resource. It's resource management. They have EX meters, obviously, Akuma having 2, you, Eliza having the same thing, but it adds the extra layer of utility, but also respect that you have to enforce. So every character has available to rage, so everyone's got a rage art, a rage drive, which is something that you're eventually going to have in most of the rounds. But still, just having an actual bar is completely different, but also been managed very well. So it's going to be Feng versus Eliza, as we kind of expected to see. Caiper, we actually saw him pull out a very tidy Claudio yesterday. Unfortunately, he didn't quite work against Bati, but he definitely looked knowledgeable with that character.
Well, that's the one. Bati was the player that moved on in that bracket, and that was why he sits in top 8 winners. But with saying it yourself, Caiper has the unbelievable clutch factor he has been displaying time and time again. But this is Tekken 7, Tekken World Tour Master Event in EU, live at Munich Dreamlition Derby. This is our first match, top 8. It's going to be Caiper versus KiraKira, Feng versus Eliza.
Pilot systems will be the first one. Let's have a look at how this is going to start off this first match. First round even going to be very important. And already see Caiper going back to that retreating stance. There's that sort of cancelling into that dive kick to continue pressure. We do see that sometimes get challenged if she hits a little bit higher up, but very dangerous tool indeed. This Dark Wave, keep away style, just trying to keep making sure he gets as far away as possible. Already built half a bar of EX. Oh, nice quick run-up throw. Nice amount of damage to start off with. But Caiper is going to have the benefit. He has fought a character of a similar archetype, and there we go. Just a quick little punish, taking damage where he can get it. But he fought against Akuma yesterday, which means that he has got that knowledge of getting in on that projectile game. But no, walks right into that big sweep. And that's likely to be the round already. And there we go. One round for KiraKira. Very comfortable start coming out from KiraKira. Already built a bar and a half of EX meter as well. One bar can be a lot of life, especially when you cancel off that Dark Wave. But I feel like no matter what happens here, no matter how much of a deficit we see Caiper be at, it won't matter. He made so many full set comebacks yesterday, I just don't think it's going to be that important.
And there we go, immediately the knowledge. And speaking of knowledge, the specific move punish right there, the delayed hop kick, just to maximize the damage. I mean, you do have a million years to punish that, but still. Oh.
Speaking of punish, though, a huge amount of damage coming out from KiraKira here. Going to get the wall splat he does. Off the extension into the dive kick. Oh, so much damage!
I mean, that's almost just like Akuma right there. Just the sheer amount of damage you get off those cancels or those DPs that end in a wall. It's a humongous payout.
Caiper trying to go in for that retreating stance.
At up close range, I think the retreating stance might be quite useful for that reason right there. It causes moves to whiff, and you can block in time. Didn't quite work out in that round, but we're definitely going to see that more.
Really well spaced Dark Wave coming out from KiraKira, though, just catching Caiper as he runs in. Gonna catch that wayward hit.
Down back 1-4, easy tail spin, ending things for 4-3 as well. Splat.
Oh, nice quick sidestep too. A lot of damage coming out already. KiraKira, 50% down, nice.
Ooh. Yeah, not going to get a huge amount of damage on that while rising 3, so it does launch, but it's super, super safe.
Still though, there's a tail spin. KiraKira has the wall pressure again. So much damage coming through, almost evening things out just with that alone, but that quick denial palm.
One bar of meter and rage though. KiraKira, he lands one significant hit. He's going to take this round and be up one game already. Caiper has to be so careful here. You can see that's why he's being so patient.
That Dark Wave is just doing such a tiny amount of chip damage. It's definitely going to add up. Just to lower his health again.
He just doesn't want to stick out a limb, doesn't want to get whip punished. In many ways, he's just waiting for something, but there we go. Finds his moment. The pack 1+2 with the wall splat, finishing it with another shoulder. And that was just the patience coming through there.
Absolute discipline being shown by Caiper there. He almost like a clean 10 seconds, just didn't press anything, was just looking for something to take the round on, and KiraKira gave it to him.
Oh, hop kick.
Nice hop kick. Gonna get a wall splat most likely. A little bit.
Oh, I mean, that shoulder does such a huge amount of damage just to cash out with. The down 2 as well, that cheeky low. Here comes KiraKira, easy tailspin.
Building so much EX bar this whole time, doing damage as well.
Raised
no,
as well.
It is in rage. Has to be careful now. Ooh, goes for a quick hop. Doesn't get anything too much from it though. There's the retreating palm. Caiper with a special move right now.
I just feel like that retreating stance was just so genius. I mean, like, he does it in particular. It really is something that Caiper does phenomenally well. But right there, when he knew the dive kick connected, there's a lot of pushback there. If he presses a button and I retreat, it's likely going to whiff, and then a full whiff punish comes out. Caiper with the game.
But also composure, right? There was a lot of situations there that Caiper found himself potentially one hit away from losing the first game, but he was able to keep himself together, and it's so important in a game as fast-paced as Tekken, and how quickly it can escape. You need to be able to have that composure.
Looked like a little bit of a combo drop there, did a huge amount of damage anyway, but just to cash out would have been quite nice. Look at the damage that's
wow,
left.
what a punish on that grab attempt. Oh no, doesn't get a full combo from it though. KiraKira very much still in the lead.
Couldn't quite get the 1-3, but with dodgy access against the wall there. And wow, just confirm into uppercut for easy damage.
Why not? And almost Deja Vu has almost the exact same amount of resources he had at the start of the first game.
Oh wow, that just looked as painful as it was. Oh my days.
All quick launcher for KiraKira though. And have full meters to work with now. A lot of wall carry.
Oh, goes in for the setup too. An early wall splat, huge damage to cash out.
And that shoulder once again doing so much work for him, but a quick snake edge.
I love the conversion there as well on that 3-3, just to get any string that works at that kind of angle. And they're down 2 again. Caiper, solid as a rock.
Round 3.
Onto rage as well. Someone like Caiper, who is that good at playing when low on life. You cannot give him
nice
for
punish.
too long.
He's going to get the wall on this one. Oh, not quite. Just a bit too far away. He's going to get Oki regardless.
Oh, speaking of which though, KiraKira no room, but a nice quick lower of the zone. And again, has gone to full 2 meters.
Oh, the setup into the unblockable. And check this out, 2 bars of super meter. KiraKira wants to cancel into one of those dark waves. He can definitely do so.
Still though, Caiper, we've seen him play really well from this amount of health, but has to be careful. Those dark waves do a lot of damage at this low amount of health. Oh, they're running low. Do enough, and another low. KiraKira forcing him to watch those toes.
There you go, one more round. I actually quite like the fact that Kira saved those 2 bars for this next round. He can now opt to spend that and take this round much easier if he wants to. Wow, catches him in the air. A little bit of wall carry as much as possible. That 84-3 for pressure.
Oh, another quick sidestep. Caiper getting a lot out of that one. Oh, KiraKira finishing the string. Gonna connect. Nice chunk of damage. Oh, Caiper, I think maybe a little bit of a miss confirmed there.
Wow, spending 2 of them, just every ounce of resource now gone in the blink of an eye. Hasn't got rage yet either.
I mean, he does have another round to maybe build that back up. Even if he loses this, he does have
hang on a minute. To work with. Hang on though, gonna get hit.
No!
No, he drops the combo. That's going to be an unfortunate drop if he loses this round, and with the down 2 splat, may come through. Hang on a minute, he's been on a lifeline. Oh, it's still going to connect. Caiper
waiting a little bit
Disgusting.
too long.
That was a disgusting unblockable. The cheeky stuff, no fear, just goes right in there. And he's got one game, and we waste no time. A straight up rematch.
I love that option though. Caiper has shown that he's willing to just sit there and wait for something to punish or to whip punish or something like that. So Kira was like, if you're just going to sit there and block, I'm just going to hit you with an unblockable.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not use that patience against them? But he's caught another clean launch, full combo.
And have him wedged into the corner now, or close enough. A nice quick sidestep though.
I feel like as well, as long as Feng's back is against the wall, the retreating stance is not going to be able to sort of like reposition Feng the way it normally would. But there we go, catches the back 1+2 again. A nice ender.
Almost even on life, both with rage. Always not going to connect.
Oh,
And the unblockable again. KiraKira, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I actually kind of feel like KiraKira may have felt like the combo was going to drop from that range, and he was expecting Caiper to acknowledge that and take the block instead and then get his frames there. Just catch him blocking again, going for the unblockable. Easy days.
Good trade for KiraKira though. Imagine trade nice amount of damage.
He's been on the money with those unblockables so far that you wonder, is there going to come one time where it stops working, and will that be the one that loses the game? Who knows?
I'm not sure. We might find out soon, but a nice retreat from Palm again.
Oh, I love that. I love
Good
that
block.
cancel from Caiper. Fantastic patience to bait the DP. And he didn't even need to kill. The wall did the job for him.
So though, tied up, 1 round apiece though. KiraKira does have a bar to work with. Oh, big block on the low. And that Dark Wave not quite doing as much in this
lovely.
round, but still getting us out. Oh wow, health regen as well.
Yeah, she
KiraKira.
gets the health regen off that grab. It's like humongous, and again on the money. 3 out of 3 on those unblockables. Going in for the dive kick. Spends no bar, but there we go. Caiper with the answer of the dive kick again, but the meter burn. Or the EX gets spent.
Dive kick going clean over that low sweep, and now KiraKira onto match point. 1 round away from eliminating Caiper.
I love that. Spending that 1 bar, but keeping the other one stocked and ready to go for this final round, or potential final round.
Trying to get some damage, but KiraKira has been getting so much damage off of almost every single touch so far, but quick jab. Oh, nice dodge.
It's that retreat stance. He's been on the money with it so consistently. But he is 1 clean combo away from getting sent out.
Oh, that's going to connect again, and that might not do enough.
Not
Only
quite,
just.
but the health regen, he's got so much bar, doesn't even need it. And funnily enough, Caiper got top 8, but because it's 7th, that is not as much points as he definitely would have wanted.
It's not the ideal outcome for Caiper, but I mean, still, some points are better than none at all. So getting 8th place today, definitely not too bad. Obviously, KiraKira moving on with that very, very clean Eliza play. But moving on to our next game, we're going to have crazy Super Akuma coming up against
Legendarymihawk. Now, Mihawk had quite a tough time in this tournament. He went out in losers round 1, and he was a definite favourite for top 8 regardless.
It's been a little bit of a roller coaster for Mihawk because he had a extremely strong showing early on in the set, but then his opponent swapped to Gigas, which seemed very uncomfortable for him. He did not seem good in that matchup at all. We obviously spoke to him after the event, and he mentioned, I wasn't really ready for Gigas, wasn't really sure what I was looking at. 2 out of 3 kind of had me a little bit shook up. But because he was sent to losers so early, it was a grind. It was like, we use the phrase a lot, you know, climbing the mountain, you know, climbing the fence, whatever it is. It was a mountain to climb to get to this position from round 1 losers. That is a colossal amount of games you have to play to make it to there. But here he is. Now, Legendarymihawk, he kind of lies among that joint 3rd position with the EU leaderboards. I mean, like that, you've got Dragonfly, Gerlanda, Mihawk is in there also, and then the rest of his competition, Sephiroth Black, who he fought in Grand Finals of the PC Tekken World Tour. They've all got pretty much the same amount of points. Now, by Mihawk getting top 8, much like Caiper, this is a great opportunity for him to get more points as much as possible to just pull ahead from the rest of the competition. Because the higher you are on the leaderboards, obviously the better chance you have going into the Tekken World Tour Finals later on in the year. So if he does well today, especially because Caiper just went out in joint 7th place, he could easily pull ahead here and potentially even get 2nd place, depending on how well he does. I'm not sure if easily is the word for it. I think it's potentially, I think is more of a thing here, because there is some truly terrifying competition still left in this top 8, and this is just loser side alone, right? So the crowd, Mihawk, love how we've got supporters in the crowd. But still though, right, it's losers bracket early days in this top 8, but still, you know, we saw Crazy Super Akuma have some real clean games yesterday.
I'm very much excited to see Crazy Super Akuma in action again, because, I mean, watching a top-level Akuma is just a treat anyway. He's got the crispy execution for those higher damage combos. Like, when he hits you and he's got a bar, it hurts. I mean, you are taking minimum 60%, maybe even 70% damage. Now, Mihawk wasting no time. He goes straight into Dragunov. A very similar character pool of JDCR almost. That's just very loud, isn't it?
I think Crazy Super Akuma might be picking Akuma here. I don't know, it's just a hunch I've got. Something is just giving me that impression.
Now, this is just the first battle. Who can make the most noise in character select? But once again, guys, this is loser's side. Whoever wins this will obviously move on in the bracket, but the loser is out, done for. That's it. That's all she wrote. No more points for you.
Now, it makes you think here, do you reckon Crazy Super Akuma is going to be looking for a stage with a nice amount of just like wall extensions? If you're Akuma, some of the absolute just ridiculous damage Akuma can do under certain like stage situations.
Yeah, there are certain characters in this game that if you roll the stage and you get a stage that hasn't got a wall and you lose that match, you will go straight to stage select and you'll waste no time at all. I do feel like Akuma's definitely going to be one of those. I do believe. Sort of changed our feed just now. We are back online, so thank you guys for that. But we're good to go.
So they're waiting out right now, waiting for that approval. I think have the thumbs up just been given. I believe they have.
So, Dragunov versus Akuma. We actually have seen matchups like this constantly. We actually saw a little bit of a head shake there. It's not a tiny stage, but I mean, it really is the walls, right? If you're against Akuma, get the walls away from Akuma, and you're probably going to be a little bit better off.
Still they're going in. Again, best of 3 setting until we get to winners, losers, and grand final, where it will go to 3 out of 5. But for now, you are still playing in that 2 out of 3. Minimum time to adapt, try to adjust what's going on. But luckily, there was a lot of games yesterday to watch, so hopefully they've watched and learned. But we will find out soon what's going to happen here.
Adapt you must, especially against someone like Akuma, and he gets an immediate first hit. And off the low, potentially foreshadowing of the kind of just already crazy good pressure. New York slightly on the back foot, and there we go, the focus attack on the read of running 2. I think we're going to see that way more than once.
Still though, the focus attack didn't connect, and he still took the damage, even though he absorbed it. He did still get hurt. Still Akuma approaching that first bar of EX, just built it now.
I actually really, 2 out of 2 times he's gone in for that demon flip. Mihawk has, actually the annotation fails me, but he's been moving forward, making it miss, but no, catches it already. That's probably going to be the first round. And it is indeed. Akuma goes up 1 round.
You have to be careful. You cannot get hit by Akuma. If he has rage, you just have to be so careful.
Fortunately, though, the super meter, no bar just yet. That's only a matter of time until he's built that up.
Oh, nice crouch. Mihawk with the knowledge.
But that's another instance with the Dragunov running 2. Normally, you have to enforce so much respect and the plus frames, but if he's got a bar, you've got to watch out for that DP. And speaking of which, he does it
and you shall receive. Still though, Mihawk back to the ball, gets the crouch. Oh, what a read. Mihawk going in for the tricky stuff.
Just a bone snap. Disgusting sound. 1-1 so far.
Oh, attempted whip punish, didn't quite get it in time.
Really challenging him with those down 2s.
Oh, there's a focus attack through, took the damage, didn't get anything for it. Akuma though, now into rage.
The read has been on point, but his payout has not really been a huge amount just yet. But there we go, demon flip. He's got rage as well. I'd be very worried in this situation. 1 bar of EX is all he needs to kill you. Oh no, the DP!
Can he get anything off it? Oh, goes for the quick chop, but no. Sweeping the leg as he stands up. Another round going the way of Crazy Super Akuma, but now goes into this with a bar of EX.
Yeah, he lands one low kick right there, and that's going to be death. Hasn't even need to spin it. Wow, the drop. Doesn't need it. The reset.
Respectable damage, even though it wasn't a huge sequence. I mean, look at the health difference already.
Now, you are consistently seeing Mihawk, when he sees that demon flip on block, he does go into a normal that causes him to move out of the way. Good knowledge there. But no, a clean jump in. Spends the bar. Oh, wow. Just two swift hits to the midsection. Akuma moving on. First game and down. Wow. I mean, that was quick, right? I mean, that was probably quicker than we were expecting, but I think it just looks very uncomfortable. Mihawk does not look comfortable against this character, and we've seen it again. We saw it yesterday against Gigas. He was against Asuka, and it was fantastic for him. But the second his opponent went to Gigas, he struggled massively. Now, this is best case scenario.
Yeah, that was a really good stage, I think, for Mihawk, just to try and get those walls out of the way. I mean, it now means there's no wonky axis to, maybe make Akuma drop some things, but here and there, taking those walls away from someone like Akuma can be quite important.
But Dragunov, a lot of Dragunov's pressure is absolutely superb in the mid-screen, where he's got the amount of plus frames that it doesn't really matter where you are on the screen, you can enforce them anyway. And on Infinite Stage, Mihawk will be able to be as aggressive as he wants, no matter where he is on the screen.
So Crazy Super Akuma, already one game up.
Oh, wow.
And look at how much damage he's already taken.
Guaranteed damage, but the low parry. Nice read, but plenty more work to do on top of this.
Actually hasn't built that much EX just yet either as well, so it's going to be quite a tough comeback.
Oh, quick backhand to take the first round. Hasn't quite built a bar, but I think anything on hit or block, and he's going to build that comfortably.
Getting this soon for sure. A much better start for Legendarymihawk. And there's the focus that crumple he's been looking for. Spends the bar as well. Half-life clean.
I mean, that's it, right? I think you're going to do a running 2, you take 50% life. That is such a risk against Akuma.
He's going in for it again, but
Mihawk, he's waiting for something to whiff instead, so he can't quite build the sufficient charge to get the crumple off that focus attack.
Oh, nice quick sidestep. Oh, but a nice low as well.
Yeah, the patience.
Full combo. Is that going to do enough? Oh, no, doesn't quite get the Shoryuken, but will get a nice little return hit anyway. One round apiece now.
That whole thing started off because he got that crumple on the running 2, so you know Mihawk's going to be watching out for that.
Flip again coming through, but the patience from Mihawk. As soon as you're too patient, you get hit by the throw.
Yeah, Mihawk's not going for those running 2s anymore, but hang on a minute. Doesn't matter, doesn't get the combo, but the bar does get spent.
That sidestep has been doing so much work for Mihawk though. It's been such a clean answer. See again, charging that focus attack to be trying to read that running 2. Oh, the Shoryuken through, but spent his only bar to do so.
I mean, he's still got a mountain to climb with a comeback, and I'm not even sure it's actually worth spending the bar on that one.
That was a power crush though. Mihawk was that next level read ahead. Nice throw tech.
Mihawk not really answering those jumps just yet. It's going to give Akuma a little bit of pressure as he lands. Running 2 again. The challenge, the low. That's going to do a huge amount of damage.
Wow. Oh, speaking of which though, gets a return trip. Full combo. Has a bar of BX to work with. He gets one hit.
Oh, that could be
what he needs. No, not quite enough damage. Good block from Mihawk into a quick shoulder.
I mean, Dragunov's on rage. Akuma, he bets the farm on the unsafe blow. That's going to be the round, absolutely. Goes in for the rage drive, and that will splat into one more strike. And Mihawk gets a game on the board. It's 1-1.
One game apiece now. We're going to see a stage select or a rematch.
Now, if you can clearly hear, you heard right there, Akuma, right? Headphones go on. If you hear that an audience is not on your side, that can do quite a lot of things to your morale.
By those systems, this is what we saw in the first game, and that was quite convincing for Mihawk. Good development here in terms of stage, but I mean, that's what the headsets are there for. If you don't want to hear the crowd, if you don't want to get distracted, put on those headphones and
it's an
try
element,
and blot it out.
It really is an element of offline tournaments that you can't really prepare for, because you never experience this unless you're in a top 8, unless you're sitting down on that chair and you've got the crowd behind you, or maybe not, if you're going to be in Akuma's case.
But there is that certain level of satisfaction though, right? If you can hear that the crowd is cheering for your opponent, but you then beat them, knowing you just defeated your opponent and the crowd at the same time.
But unfortunately, this is a way better start. Mihawk has been just commanding. And there we go, the backhand tail spins are perfect for round 1. Mihawk is riding a lot of momentum right now.
Best case scenario for Mihawk, but it's a quick jab. Fireball doesn't quite connect. Oh, nice whiff punish. Doesn't get too much damage. Oh no.
Not sure he was actually ready for that to connect. Oh, that was just a natural drop by itself.
Still though, nice amount of damage to start things off at the very least, with the patience again showing from Mihawk. And that sidestep almost punished him again. Spends the bar on the Shoryuken. Nice combo coming up from Crazy Super Akuma. Respectable damage.
Oh, he tries to answer back on that demon flip, but just eats it.
Oh, what a combo into the wall, carry into a full combo.
That
Crazy
was
Super Akuma with the knowledge.
delicious. 1 round each. 2 again for the praise, but did that quick crouch.
But he's consistently with punishing that too.
Oh, get back down here, my son.
Mihawk's got to be so careful to advance in on this minefield of projectiles. Like Mihawk is being a little bit more timid to try and go for those side steps now.
I actually like that. Didn't commit on a block there because he saw it was blocked.
Oh wow.
Full launch.
Oh, big whiff. Can't get too much off it though.
Oh, just stands up right into it, face first.
Akuma with that 2 bars.
He spends one of these on a combo and he will kill easily. Oh, the pressure. Oh no! He bets the farm on the DP! Unfortunately, because he's not just going to leave the round here, he's lost all of his resources.
Do you think there's a chance that could have perhaps been an input error? Maybe he went for a fireball instead?
Potentially, but we may never know. It's going to be match point for Mihawk, but he catches the DP. This is a good start.
Oh, that's mad damage to Akuma already with a 50% life lead. That big wake up.
Plus frames. Respect.
Patience from Super Akuma to show now.
Nice big sweep. Oh, a DP again! One more clean hit's going to be enough.
I actually love that. Mihawk does have rage. One hit. Nice side step into a kick. Punch in the back of the head. And again, and again.
It just never ends. But this crowd, they are behind their boy. They need to give him all of their energy. But Akuma's making that easier said than done.
Through this one, big dive kick. Patience again to block it. Both players been so good.
He's got a bar of meter. I would be very worried. He's got a bar of meter. He spends it.
That's going to be a full combo. This is going to hurt. Right up in his face. Mihawk has to be careful.
He's fighting
Doesn't
back.
quite hit rage either. Now he's in rage.
Will he have a chance to spend it? The down 2s. He needs a lot more than that at this health. Oh! One more hit. Might do it.
There's that fireball just trying to pick that space.
Oh! Oh, the low connects! Hang on a minute, that's a full combo. I don't think
that won't do enough.
It's probably not going to kill, but the next setup might do. Goes in for the rage. A little bit left. He goes in for the DP. He is ready for the DP. Mihawk presses one button. Too many. And Akuma with the pop-off. You know he was wanting that one.
EXDP for the win. Crazy Super Akuma bets everything on that final move, but you have that confidence. You understand the risk. He did it anyway. That is just confidence moving through to the rest of top 8.
That was a do or die DP. If Mihawk just sat there and blocked it, he would have had all that animation time for Akuma to realize, I have just lost this game for myself. What have I done? But no, it didn't happen. The read, and this is what we said right before the set began is the right word, is that Akuma plays Tekken, but he plays by his own rules in some sense. And an invincible DP in a situation just like that is exactly why he plays by his own rules.
I mean, but it wasn't a guaranteed win. It was just an option he had in the situation. But that's fighting games, right? You weigh out your options. What can they do? What are they likely to do? Because if Mihawk had blocked and Akuma went for a throw or decided not to do anything at all, then there might still have been that moment of panic, right, in between the last moment. But Crazy Super Akuma not only defeating Legendary Mihawk, but defeating the crowd that was backing him at the same time.
And you could tell it affected him. After that second game where the crowd was very, very noisy, had a little bit of a look around, and the slow addition of the headphones, was just, right, I'm going to block this guy out.
I think that spoke volumes.
But I think it must have helped. It must have helped him, of course. It must have helped him
Still, though, props to Legendary Mihawk getting 8th place today is going to at least get him some points into the Tekken World Tour, so he's definitely not going away empty-handed here. Being what his position was on the leaderboard beforehand, that's obviously going to be helping him phenomenally moving on towards this.
I'm going to say, though, with Mihawk and Caiper both going out so early in the top 8, it's kind of blown these leaderboards wide open. There is now a lot more possibility for players to come out and place highly in this top 8 in particular to get enough points to now assert themselves as another threat in this EU series for the tournaments to come. This is the start of it for a lot of these guys. But we have another match to get through. This one, though, is going to be winner's bracket. So these guys have that safety net. The winner of this moves on into winners finals, and it's going to be Malekith versus Asim.
Sorry,
Asim,
we didn't get to see too much of Asim yesterday, but we know he is an OG Tekken, UK Tekken, plays a lot of characters. I mean, we saw his Katarina yesterday, but we know he has plenty more up his sleeve. And then Malekith has been having this amazingly strong Asuka and even Paul Phoenix as well, so not too sure what characters to expect here, but I mean, regardless, expecting a lot of matchup knowledge at the very least. I mean, they're not exactly uncommon characters, especially in the UK, right? Paul and Asuka.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Europe in general has so much Asim talent. You know, you've got Malekith, who is here in this top 8 winner side, but he does play Katarina. Asim does. He's used Katarina earlier on in the tournament, and we have seen that put to good effect. But really, if you can expand the character pool that you have, it makes you so much harder to deal with in tournament. You know, if someone prepares for one of your characters, but you've still got another character that you play at a very high level, you pretty much cover every single matchup in the game that you don't want to deal with. But at the same time, you're now a little bit more difficult to counterpick, especially if the characters you play cover the matchup versatility quite, significantly with those extra characters. But one important thing here, moving on from the games we've already seen, is we're now going back up to the winners bracket. So now you have that second chance, that safety net of losers waiting for you if you lose. But that being said, if you win this, you're in winners finals. That's guaranteed third place. That is a lot of points. That's a nice amount of prize money. So you wouldn't want to lose here. But at the very least, even if you do, you at least have losers bracket. But still, these guys are going to want to be advancing throughout. It's going to be Katarina versus Asuka, at least to start off with on game 1. Mishima building. I mean, Asuka, she's just come out of her element in Tekken 7. She really has, is that the rage drive, or just the rage mechanic in general, complements her so well. And the buff she's been given where she has that sort of tech trap of unblockable or mid. I remember all the way back during the UK Championship days where no one was actually aware that tech trap is now an unblockable or a mid, and everyone would just eat it, trying to crouch.
Yeah, people dealing with it on the fly
and just die. But there we go, immediate launch. That is a powerful tool for Asuka. It's that retreating launcher that if you press one button too many at close range, you just get launched for your troubles, and what a start.
A low parry to Malekith, a dominant first round.
Absolutely.
Round 2.
That's some of the work already done.
Again, go for that retreating launch, just trying to catch him going in.
But I mean, if you go for it at that range, it's kind of hard to chase down as well. Ooh, no sidewalk for you there.
More of a strong start for Asim this time, though. Nice life lead. Well, hang on a minute, maybe not for long. There's tech trap into the mid, though, just for pressure. You see Malekith really trying to set up that block, just establishing that mix-up. This is 2 out of 3. There's plenty of rounds left to go. You establish that threat early, you know you can rely on it later on. Oh, nice parry. Oh, gets the wall as well.
Oh, she parries near the wall. That hurts so good.
Oh, hang on a minute, Asim.
He fights back. Parry of his own. Spending the range. Nice little cash out, but bets the farm on the low. I mean, I respect the attempt. If the low connected, it was probably going to be the round. But
Malekith close too.
Ready and waiting.
Quite a quick 2 rounds as well, though, coming up from Malekith. Being very dominant. Well, that round was a lot better for Asim. Maybe could have just been off to a slow start.
Ooh. And there it is again.
It will be a lot of wall carry as well. Oh, misses the extension.
And actually missing the extension has allowed Asim to escape that wall situation. Oh,
quick jabs trading as well, just trying to establish that threat. Getting the advantage to do something. Oh, big whip on the low. Oh, tries to go for the parry, but Asim doesn't fall for it this time.
Parries will lose to lows. That's going to get caught easily. Oh, the duck on the grab. Oh, hang on, the rage drive completely wasted. Yep, the jab knocking him out of the rage drive animation. Hasn't got that comeback mechanic, and wow, the delayed low. Asim, he's been dedicating to those low attacks. It does work out in that third round.
So that's exactly the kind of thing Asim needs. Not to take a round, but take a round at a really good read too. But Malekith clearly isn't phased by it, getting another low parry.
But that's why he's getting those low parries, because the lows have been such an attractive option for Asim so far. Oh, hop kick.
I think that's the first time I've seen Asim really go for that. Oh, but a block on the low. Malekith has just been scouring out these lows almost every time.
Oh, no tech on the grab either. Malekith goes up one game. But I feel like the sheer amount of lows that Asim is going for, he must be going for it so often that Malekith, I mean, he must be ready for a mid next drive. I mean, I've done so many lows, he's not going to be ready for this next one because it's almost like a second guess. But no, he's ready for every single time. And then the one time he did a hop kick in that situation, though, it did work out being a mid. So you'll see if he might go for it again.
I mean, still potentially 6 rounds to go in this set. It depends what happens here. So can get a nice substantial hit, but Malekith is not making it easy every time.
That's going to hurt so much.
Oh, look at that wall carry too. Asim just not being given the space to move around at all.
Especially when you get splattered up against the wall like that. Not a good place to be at all.
Oh, nice low parry again. This probably won't do enough to get the KO, but no, he drops the combo.
Oh, that is such an unfortunate combo drop, especially with the rage activated. Would have got a knockdown into nice Oki, and that Oki could have led to a rage combo, which would have killed.
Blindsight's a beautiful thing.
Oh, wow. 1+2 bags so much damage.
Oh,
even at
speaking
that
of
angle.
which,
That was a brave, actually, low jab, just challenging that sort of 12 there into mid.
A lot of damage already done on the side of Asim. Although health bars have been quite evened up. That quick sequence from Asim. Yeah, tech's the throw this time. Ooh. So, another throw tech.
So many techs come through in this level of play.
Asim just going in at just the wrong time. Malekith has just been putting these pokes out, and there's the whiff on the launcher. Malekith finally really spaced that out.
Yeah, a little bit too eager on that hop kick, I think. Malekith just ready and waiting. Match point. But look how much damage Asim's done already. He's going to get the wall too.
That's nice. At least their pressure against the splat.
One more of those will do it, but bets on another low. Malekith does drop the ender. Another low, no fear coming out of Asim.
Deja vu from the last game, I think. Asim getting around in the exact same fashion. I hope Asim's hoping for a different outcome this time. Nice whip punish. Didn't get too much, but at least it was something.
I love the way that Asim obviously not dedicated that entire string for Katarina. The second last hit being high, easily crouchable.
Oh, Fox can't this time. See Malekith whipping a lot of buttons, but not at a range that he's really punishable.
Because, I mean, in many ways, if you go for a normal that recovers really quickly, you're almost baiting Asim into trying to whip punish, and then bam, you eat that retreating launcher. Tries to whip punish. Snap. Oh, when he gets the wall combo, Asim is back in the fight. Just needs one more round, and it's 1-1.
Much better game for Asim this time. Should able to get a little bit more momentum.
Oh, hang on a minute. Malekith just walks right into that one.
Right where Asim stuck it out there, just really Malekith going in. There's so much damage, a clean half-life.
Half the work already done in this final round.
Whiff, Malekith not quite as confident going for the whiff punish this time.
One more of those, he's going to be in the money. Oh, catches some airborne, that's going to be a tailspin, the conversion.
Wow, this is a really nice comeback series from Asim. Wow, was down 2 rounds.
Hang on a minute. His back's to the wall, and Asuka's going to make a comeback. This is where she does, but no! Couple of easy hits right there. Asim finds himself back into the fight. It's 1-1. Even though this is winners, the fact that you're 1 game away from being in winners finals, I mean, that's a lot of pressure to deal with.
Still though, 1 game apiece now. Malekith wasn't quite able to close it out. He did find himself on match point, but it wasn't quite enough. Oh, this is a big deal though.
Infinite.
I mean, how much damage has Malekith been getting on wall pressure? But also Asim, I mean, we saw some damage just in terms of like sheer combos, but not necessarily pressure, but just getting that big damage with the walls. Whereas Malekith was getting, I guess, a bit more utility out of them.
I think taking the fight into the mid-screen is always going to be really good for Asuka because of that sort of neutral that Malekith plays really well. I know it's a very much like an Asuka thing anyway, but catching those button presses, that strong neutral, baiting Asim into trying to press a button and launching him for his trouble, he's going to be able to play that game plan non-stop. And just like that, as I could even finish talking about it, the second we're on an infinite stage, this game plan becomes so much more viable for Malekith.
Blockable time a little bit too early, or even that Asim playing as long as he can before getting off the ground.
Just knocking him out of the air, and hop kick the glasses, they've been knocked on the ground.
Again, sticking up that low, just trying to chip a little bit of damage here and there.
Here comes Asim, bit by bit. Oh, another low, but...
Oh, wow. Huge damage potentially coming out of Malekith here.
Can't block.
In rage.
He dedicates another time. No fear on these lows.
No, again, I think he's just trying to catch Malekith, just running in perhaps, trying to finish him off.
Almost in the same way that Malekith's going in for that retreating launcher, trying to get the same effect. Oh, the whiff!
Oh, Asim was barely alive, but Malekith just chipping at him with a few quick pokes here and there. To take the first round. There's still 2 out of 3 territory.
Yeah, we're not quite in winners finals just yet. Both players working hard to try and be in that situation.
There's that whiff, punish with the jab, too much damage, but better than nothing. Wow.
Oh, the whiff on the launcher. Not punished. Fantastic trade, Malekith. Just an extra hit right there for easy damage.
Still though, Asim is in rage now, he's going to have to be careful. Tries to whiff punish.
Oh, no
tech on the grab. Not quite enough damage.
The low again, but no, nothing else off. That goes in for the hop kick, and it's not enough. Clean little punish right there. Malekith's on match point. 1 more round, and he's in winners finals.
Although Asim just made a full 3-round comeback in the last one, but Malekith, much better start this time. Huge damage, late tailspin.
Oh, the reset! No wall required for this damage.
Asim still alive, is in rage now, but Malekith, look at this aggression coming through. Big whiff punish though, Asim gets a big hit.
Oh no, the drop! No major punish on that either.
Still alive. Oh no, hang on a minute. Oh, and almost 3 for 3 rounds. A tiny little toe tap going to finish off all 3 rounds, and Malekith will be advancing to winners finals, where he is going to have a tough opponent, because no matter who wins this next one, it's going to be either Bati or JDCR.
So Malekith, he's going to be in a really happy situation there, because he's been doing well in tournaments. I believe Malekith is actually top 3 as well in Holland. I think it was the first European major for Tekken 7, right as the game came out, fresh out of the box. Malekith was already there with Asuka doing great. And here he is again in another top 8 in minimum 3rd place once more. But our next matchup is going to be super sick. It's going to be Bati versus JDCR.
Now, this is a matchup that yesterday I was saying that I hoped we would see it, because I want to see how JDCR can deal with not even just King, because I know he's fought King till the cows come home, but Bati's King. Bati's King is very clean, very just solid, right? It's just very reliable overall. But I'd like to see how it comes up against JDCR. Really, we know that obviously Saint, Echo Fox Saint, managing to win Japanese major in Tekken just a few hours ago. So this could be Echo Fox taking 2 major Tekken World Tour events in the same day on completely different parts of the globe.
I think it's very possible, because there's no getting around the fact that Saint and JDCR are 2 of the best players in the world. JDCR being the best Tekken 7 player in the world currently. And he's in a great spot because he won EVO. He's now able to kind of travel around to all these different tournaments and not only get some money in his pocket, but the most important thing is, in preparation for the Tekken World Tour finals, he's traveling the globe and facing the best players from every region, so that at the finals, no one will surprise him. He will be ready and has fought every opponent in that bracket.
It's a huge investment to do that kind of thing, but it's definitely worth it if you can, right? If you can literally travel the world, go to these top scenes from every single part of the world and play against their best Tekken players, go to their master events, fight their best, try and beat their best, and get that experience now. So by the time finals comes around, you're not going to be losing to unfamiliarity. You are as prepared as possible. But it's expensive, it is stressful. You know, traveling almost every weekend to complete different parts of the world can take its toll, but you know, if you are willing to do it, and you can reap the rewards of prize money and points and all that good stuff, why not?
But Bati, he's been on a bit of a tear yesterday, playing absolutely out of his mind, which is why he is in top 8 on the winner's side, no less, and was the one that was able to defeat Caiper, which is why Caiper went in on the loser's side. So he was the player that was able to sort of conquer that guy going into top 8. And with King, I'm really excited to see how this matchup goes, because JDCR, he really is the one to beat. But there are so many players in this tournament that if there are European players that could potentially bring it to him, they are in this tournament right now in top 8.
Still though, looks like we're making a slight adjustment quickly before getting underway, but I mean, Bati's King really is just clean, solid, reliable, but very calculated, right? It seems that everything he does it works. It does a lot of damage and it's efficient.
He's got those nice little confirms as well. I know you know the string, but the annotation fails me. But the string that's very unsafe on block, but he's confirming it when he sees a counter hit.
Oh yeah,
guaranteed.
4-2 down 1, 4-2 down 1 through into the launch. Like when you see him block, he only ever does the first 2 hits. But when it hits, he's not even just confirming it on hit, he's confirming it on counter hit to make sure it launches. Like he's always ready for that. Obviously it's King, right? He gets a lot of damage out of it, he gets a lot of wall carry, he gets a lot of damage off of the walls, but he plays the stage just really well. But Bati has that knowledge, he knows how to make the most of those different stages.
Okay, so it's Dragunov. That's going to be the character. It's going to be either Heihachi or Dragunov, most likely.
Oh, I think it was a side switch they're going for.
Forgotten Realm for King, though. This is only ever going to be a good thing for this character.
Still, though, I mean, stage or no stage, advantage or no advantage, it's JDCR you're against. This is the #1 Tekken 7 player in the world right now.
But if you're a King player and you're fighting against JDCR, you kind of want to make sure your power bombs are going for a floor break. That's only ever going to give you a better chance. But this is quite a titan to take down. 2 out of 3 territory though, so a couple of good games when you're playing out of your mind, and who knows, anything is possible.
Right, potential next 6 rounds, let's see how it goes.
Round 1.
So here we go, it's Bati versus JDCR, the Polish King, taking it against the world's greatest Tekken 7 player currently.
Get that big low already. So much aggression coming out of JDCR, just really trying to smother Bati right now.
And that's a very effective way of using Dragunov. Just do not allow them to get their game going. Quick little punish there. But it's so intimidating, sort of someone who plays as fast with Dragunov. Constant plus frames to worry about. Bati's got rage.
Go for it. All those slides going to connect anyway. Bati very low on health right now.
KO.
And that really seems to be that JDCR style with Dragunov. Just, you know, clean, quick hits here and there, just really getting as close as possible. Just pressuring with movement as well as buttons.
Stay as safe as possible as well, but there's a nice, lovely sidestep. Uncontested damage right there. Another low. Looking good, but the sidestep already into a launch. JDCR, he's going to tighten up the lead.
The wall as well. Huge damage. There we go, breaking through. Another wall splat. Oh, so much damage. Oh, the giant swing. The tech.
Very important to tech giant swing at that distance because you would have been into the wall and no tech is necessary there.
Guaranteed. Nowhere to run. Back to the corner completely. JDCR not letting him move. Still though, taking damage where he can. Another swift evade. Nice throw tech.
Yeah, fantastic throw tech. Those lows right now. Bati's got a lot of good mileage out of those. Goes in for the range, probably expecting JDCR to press the button, but not today. A little bit too much for Hail Mary, I think.
So JDCR leaving enough space, not falling for it. This rush down. And another throw tech, JDCR.
I mean, if you are fantastic at taking grabs against King, King will have a bit of a hard time there because there's such a massive source of this damage.
Oh, speaking of damage, we're going through another floor. Oh, the stomp. The reset.
More plus frames. This is not a great situation to be at. More plus frames. More plus frames. More plus frames into the down two.
Oh, my lord. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. JDCR not letting him do anything.
And they traded as well. Like, Bati must have felt like...
He punched him again and again and again until there was nothing left.
Bati must have been feeling like, you know, mate, when am I going to be allowed to play this game?
When am I allowed to move? Yeah, I'm back against the wall in the corner. Give me a chance.
Now, that's only one match. We have potentially 2 more left to go in 2 out of 3 territory. Bati just needs, I mean, the stage change, first of all, I think is going to help him out because he didn't really have a chance to benefit from those floor breaks because he couldn't get a clean opening, couldn't get a clean hit.
That was it, though. There was no opening. JDCR, there was no holes in what he was doing. He was just staying as close as possible and was just keeping momentum all time. Like it was always his turn to press the button.
I mean, if a character gets massive mileage out of a punish or some sort of like launcher of sorts, if you're going to be JDCR and stay as safe as possible, every hit Bati was able to get on JDCR was a guaranteed punish in some instances, but it was a small punish, nothing game-breaking.
Nice good look away from JDCR. Quick kick. Bati taking damage everywhere he can.
I think JDCR, he's actually already picked up on that sort of pattern. He goes in for that while rising and then goes in for the low kick. Has stopped working. Bati on rage.
Oh, slide. Again, that style, that super just rush down non-stop.
He's just struggled so much to open this guy up. He's so hard to crack into. Another tech on the giant swing.
I think we're yet to see Bati get any throws in the set.
Oh, hang on a minute. Speak too soon. Shining Wizard. Into an immediate tech. Maybe the first and last time we see it.
Maybe there was still much more even round. Giant swing again. Oh, power crush, clean through. Lovely choice.
I mean, he did take a little bit of damage, though. Actually, more damage than he did to JDCR. And there's another wall combo, a swift match point for JDCR. 1 round, and he's going to be going into winners finals against Malekith.
So JDCR backing off now, looking for something. You see him crouching, just trying to wait for those throws. Oh, for the chop to the head.
I think that's why we definitely saw that chop come out. First time he's added massive damage. Oh, the Irish whip.
Okay, now here we go. This is what Bati needs. He has JDCR cornered, but no, manages to just squeeze out.
Unfortunately, Bati finds his back to the wall. This is not a good situation. He's in a lot of trouble. Half-life already gone. Oh no, the wall as well. The plus frames.
Oh, there's the block. Bati very close. He KO'd. Rage drive plus frames. And another tech on the giant swing.
Oh, wait a minute. He's going to get a conversion here. Doesn't get the wall. Oh! Oh, he gets the minute! This match is... Oh, I was about to say this match is not over, but after the slowdown, JDCR with that clean 2-0. Unfortunately, Bati's going to be going into losers, but really, I don't think I saw, with the exception of a Shining Wizard, a single grab connect. Like, he teched every single one.
But even beyond that, I actually don't think that JDCR has lost a round in the tournament. I think people have got close. Like, it's been very close to losing rounds, but I actually don't think he's dropped a round all tournament.
It's been a good tournament for him. I mean, I guess he's the world's best for a reason.
Oh, of course. But he is the best Tekken player on the planet right now, and this is basically why. You know, he knows how to adapt to you as a player. He knows almost... I mean, is there a matchup he's not ready for at this point?
Well, that was it, right? King, right? He goes up against King, and it's every single grab. And they were different grabs. Like, you know, Bati wasn't going for the exact same one every single time. Like, in some cases, they would have been different techs. Didn't really change anything. He still went for a tech, and the only thing that connected was that Shining Wizard that one time. The rest of them didn't come through.
The next time did the Shining Wizard, it was immediately teched. Like, you know, you got hit by one grab almost the entire time, and he teched it again, back to back. You know, it's just that preparation, though, right? I mean, we could talk about it, you know, for God knows how long, but preparation is really what it boils down to. When you have just played as much Tekken, as different many scenes, and for as long as JDCR has, it's not too surprising to see him be this successful. But moving on, we're going to go back down to some losers bracket action with KiraKira versus Asim. So Eliza versus most likely Katarina? Potentially. That's the one thing about Asim, is that he plays so many characters that the character he's likely to go against you in tournament is in some ways unpredictable. Like, he's used Dragunov in tournament before, he does play Steve as well. But Katarina being quite a popular pick today, we'll have to see. Well, you don't really know what character he's going to select until he has it locked in. But KiraKira, very likely to be Eliza. And he's been looking good in this top 8. Freshly defeated Caiper, so now he's going to be moving on too. Which is why he's up against Asim for this minimum 5th place spot. But when you're in this situation, I think 4th place onward is where the points start to become very, very significant. And because Mihawk is out, because Caiper is out, the points now is much more of a free-for-all among the players that remain in this tournament. Especially now we know that JDCR is looking to make winners finals. There's a lot of people that will have a bunch of games to go through before getting the chance to play him to maybe, you know, drop at that point. So it's a question of how much points can you get as far along as you can go on. But it's like to go in there. Though, KiraKira's Eliza has just been looking very good overall. I mean, towards like the later stages of yesterday to just from today, it looks like it's almost like not stopped for him. He's just super prepared. Well, preparation is one thing that you need to have at this level of play. This is a master event after all. Oh yeah, of course, with what's on the line. But it looks like Asim going into Dragunov. Already ready for the swift little punish, but oh, an early tailspin too. Oh, nice combo, a lot of wall carry. Yeah, it doesn't quite splat against the wall right there though, so a little bit of damage left on the table. Not that it really matters for him too much. Still has Asim near the wall, which is where he wants him. Wow, so much pressure coming out from KiraKira already, and has already built a half bar as well. Now, there isn't a huge amount of Eliza players in the UK, so, you know, matchup and familiarity, there's always a possibility, but KiraKira has been really forefronting this character for quite a while when Tekken was released, doing fantastically well for himself. Oh, there goes, spinning the bar, but the patience, Asim can get hit. Another conversion. Gonna get the wall on this one, but no, drop at the last minute. Having to spend a bar too, and that bar is gone, but no, the punish on the low. It's like almost every single time Asim's going for those big lows, trying to sort of swing some momentum back, it's always getting blocked. It's just so much patience from whoever's winning at the time. KiraKira though, showing a lot of composure. That's been an issue Asim's been having so far. He is committing so hard into those do or die normals that they work sometimes, but more often than not, he just gets punished. Hey, live by the sword, die by the sword. You have to be ready to get punished if you're ready for it to hit. Big wish though, nice big leg break. Oh, hang on a minute. Asim, a lot of damage out now. Can take this round. Again, not getting hit by the extension. And there we go. 1 round on the board. I actually saw Asim do this quite a lot earlier on, but I wish he was able to win that set. But he do it this time. Have to see. And Dark Wave coming through again. Oh, that's a nice sidestep. He doesn't get too much damage off of it though. So he could have got more. Hang on. Another low parry. Yeah, that was a fantastic low parry. KiraKira has got 1 bar of super, but as long as Asim lays that pressure on thick, may not even give KiraKira a chance to spend it. 1 more hit's going to do it, but wow, the invincible TP actually spending his only bar of meter to try and make this comeback. Still though, throw tech. That's quite cheeky actually, going in for the grab, probably trying to get some of that life drain on deck, making it a little bit harder to make a comeback against him. However, KiraKira still has rage. Hang on a minute, never say never. Asim, he's now 1 clean hit away, but no. Low kick seals the deal. Very nearly was a fantastic comeback from KiraKira. Almost, however, KiraKira does have RBX, still ready to go. Oh, crouch in the throat to get anything too substantial. There's a big elbow launch. Massive damage incoming, especially with the wall on the end there. 50% gone in the blink of an eye. That pressure Asim doesn't want to let KiraKira out. Oh, hang on a minute, gets hit by the dive kick. Fantastic moment right there. The jump back, and when he saw the whip string, commit to EX dive kick. Get that full combo. Although you see Asim trying to take the damage wherever he can. Ooh, doesn't spend the bar on the low parry. That was an insanely clutch low parry from Asim, who's now got a round on the board, or a game more like. Definitely more accurate there, but opting not to spend the bar there, KiraKira. Now, the low parries are really what are winning Asim this game, though. I mean, he's getting so many of them, and they're always so on point. Having a quick discussion right now, not quite sure what it is. Assuming they might be going back to stage or character select or something like that. Maybe change controls, who knows? I can't imagine so. I'd like to think that stuff would already be checked out by now, but Devil's Pit going back into the random stage. Asim 1 game up. still representing the UK here in this top 8.
I still think the Devil's Pit is a really interesting stage because it is one of those rare occasions where it will transition from one form of stage to another. You know, where you've got the walled stage up top, and then if it goes into what's potentially the final round, you then sort of transition into that infinite, which does sort of demand two different play styles on the same stage.
Fight.
Still though, that's him. Again, I'm about to say, just with reads like that, those low parries, every single time, getting so much out of them.
But there's one thing Eliza and Akuma both have in common, it's that a lot of the main source of their pressure and damage comes from those low attacks that you then cancel off afterwards if you've got the bar to do it. And just, before I can even finish talking about it, that was such a swift round. But Asim acknowledging that the low is an option, and he has to low parry it to put the fear into KiraKira.
Still though, 1 round up. This is still 2 out of 3 territory. Asim mere 2 rounds left to go. Oh wow, gets the wall splat too. This is gonna hurt. Oh, a big low. Oh, hang on a minute.
I was just about to say, that is 100% gonna KO. The second he gets the leg breaker, it's like a quarter life. It's match point for Asim in record time.
Still though, now we're on the infinite stage. KiraKira gonna have all that space to move around, but Asim already with a big lead.
Oh, tries to whip punish, but a little bit too ahead of himself. You kind of have to respect that follow-up.
But this could be the start for KiraKira getting a little bit of damage here.
He's got another bar to spend.
He does indeed, but Asim not trying to give him space to spend it.
Tries to go for jump back into whip punish once again, but does not connect this time.
Oh, there's the big whip punish.
Ready for that advance, and he's going to more than happily take it. Goes in with a splat, and the down 2 will seal the deal. Asim with a fast 2-0. A calculated first game, but that second game was just explosive.
Also goes to show how important it can be, though, to have as many characters available as possible to you. I mean, I think it's a big talking point generally in fighting games, like, you know, character specialists over teams or counter picking or whatever it is you want to do. But I mean, in Tekken especially, you know, let's think, right? You know, the top 2 players worldwide probably right now, JDCR is the same. JDCR, Heihachi, Dragunov. At the very least, we've seen him play a few others as well. But as a core, it's kind of those 2. Saint, basically just Jack 7 for the most part. But they're both very successful in their own right. However, Asim here, managing to win with Dragunov. We haven't seen him play Dragunov all weekend. It was all Katarina up until now. But we know he has access to that team of characters. I think it definitely has ups and downs depending on what you're doing. But, I mean, the more versatile you can be, the harder you are to prepare for, right?
Now, I did just hear a fantastic match get called, which we're about to see. Crazy Super Akuma versus Bati, Akuma versus King.
Oh, wow.
Really excited for this one.
I mean, I'm not really sure how to call this one. I can't say I've personally seen too much high-level King versus Akuma, personally.
It's not a matchup you see every day.
No, I mean, Akuma is a very unique character in Tekken, right? You know, a lot of those features still plays Tekken very well, but breaks a lot of rules, kind of brings a lot of stuff with him. But especially in the hands of someone like Crazy Super Akuma that we know is just that confident with the character. And we saw, you know, absolutely just clutch it out versus Legendarymihawk earlier on in this top 8. But then at the same time, you know, Bati with that King, you know, he may have looked a little bit one-sided against JDCR, but that is not what we saw yesterday. He was looking supremely dominant all of yesterday.
But I feel like a lot of that is just when you fight a player like JDCR, who has a really good game plan of just being able to shut you down, you don't really have a chance to kind of show what you have to offer, because you can't get going. However, we've seen when Bati gets going, incredibly dangerous, but when Akuma gets going, on the other hand, that's when things get even more ridiculous.
Indeed. I believe players going back, trying to swap the sides again. Most likely going to be King versus Akuma, but we'll have to see. I suppose Crazy Super Akuma really has been showing this high-level Akuma all weekend. Yesterday had some amazing sets. Very nearly took out Caiper in winners. Was knocked out to losers at the last minute. Early on, obviously having a really good set versus Legendarymihawk as well. Now against Bati, having to kind of run the European gauntlet at the moment, I think.
I kind of think at this level you kind of have to. You know, everyone here is European with the exception of JDCR, and it's one killer after another from this part of the world. But really, everyone they are playing for that shot, not at finals, but just at that shot at JDCR, the shot of the money, the shot of the points. But Akuma versus King, I mean, this is going to be a crazy good matchup. Bati was looking on fire yesterday and had a hard time, but going into losers now, he has to pull all the boxes out because there's no more time to mess around. This is elimination match.
Nice opening for Crazy Super Akuma though. And they're getting it back to back.
Now when Akuma has your back to the wall, it's... Oh, wow. Knocked out of the air. And I think that might be quite a constant answer. We might see that more from Bati.
I mean, so much of Akuma's rushdown comes from those demon flip pressure, right? Those demon flip mix-ups, and he is airborne. King just has some moves that hit airborne opponents.
There's a whip punish. Gotta be way more careful pressing out those buttons, but an immediate wake up EXDP. He's been able to even things out. Bati rolling straight into that fireball. Well, hang on a minute, is that going to work? Oh, what an answer from Bati. Took the fireball to armor through it and go in with the pile driver, powerbomb, whatever you call that. That was a very king way to deal with Akuma, wasn't it? It was, indeed. It was the perfect way to start. But also Bati showing he has that knowledge in round one, I think is going to speak volumes for the rest of the match. Absolutely. Knows that Bati has that matchup knowledge, has those ways around the fireball. The wake-up corkscrew. Oh, the low. Doesn't quite get his combo, though. Don't think it matters too much, but he just needs one more significant hit, and he's going to land it.
Yeah, that was a commanding round from Crazy Super Akuma. Very one-sided.
I kind of feel that might just be the nature of Akuma. Like, when he gets going, it's such a snowball-heavy game plan. Oh, the knockdown tailspin. He's going to get the wall on this.
Too. That's going to hurt with a lot of wall carry. Gets it. Doesn't get a full extension, but a little bit of damage.
Yeah, it doesn't quite get the end. He has given Bati a little bit of breathing space, but maybe I spoke too soon. He's going to get the wall splat into another one. Humongous damage to finish, and wow. Bati has to make a comeback here. The powerbomb. Oh!
Oh well, but the big delaying wake-up coming out of Crazy Super Akuma, taking another round and has a bar of EX to work with too.
That was an all-or-nothing takedown, unfortunately, with Akuma just delaying that wake-up, staying on the ground for a bit longer in the whip punish. Oh, wow, big kick from Bati, can get a lot of damage. And there's the giant swing. Will he tech? He's going to need to tech this. He does. Alive.
It's just put him in rage too.
Momentarily. Oh, the power crush through the fireball. And he can just afford to make those decisions all day. Who cares about armor when I've got so much more health than you do?
On a piece now. 2 bars to work with Crazy Super Akuma.
Yeah, punishing.
Be very careful now.
Punishing some of those normals is kind of risky against Akuma because he gets that knockdown punish. Oh, and he spent 2 bars. This might even kill. He's going to get the wall as well. No! Doesn't quite get the follow-up. However, Bati getting hit on the way up, and that kick is going to do it.
Crazy Super Akuma taking that first game down. 1-0. Wow.
I mean, he was able to recover off that combo drop, but he spent both bars in that meter. All an ounce of resource gone on that combo, and he would have killed, but fortunately was able to recover from that one. And it's just the damage of Akuma. Drops the combo and still gets 55%.
It was enough. I mean, at the very least, just to cement that life lead. It can be quite a daunting task, especially against, I mean, one thing you don't normally have to worry about, right, is chip damage. But then you throw Akuma into the mix, and all of a sudden, having very little health left becomes a lot more dangerous.
But on the flip side of that, if you've got way more health than Akuma, then armor becomes a much more attractive option in dealing with those fireballs, because it doesn't matter how much life you take.
Especially when you have a power crush like King that moves so far forward.
Oh, nice. Oh, well, it was definitely an anti-air in a 3D game. Who'd have thought it?
Did work out. I mean, would you want King and his big wrestling boots to stomp on your literal bare toes
with sandals on? Oh, demon flip, evening out the life. Oh, there's a big focus attack, but he's airborne. He might not get the full combo he was after because he was able to. Is that going to catch? Is that going to hit him? Yes, it does. It knocks him out of the air. Get back down here, Akuma. You're playing my game now. Splat.
Bati just has that knowledge. He knows how to deal with the demon flip. He knows how to deal with the fireball. And yeah, uses rage up. That's 2 rounds he's managed to close out with that knowledge.
However, Bati has a lot of work to do. He does need to take this out of the air again. Minimal damage, but he's going to get set up regardless.
Quick jab to deal with the fireball.
Oh. Be careful though, look at the bar. Akuma with 2 bars of super meter. Uh-oh, that could be huge. Just a raw launcher, doesn't even need the FADC. Oh, will carry too. So much coming out of Crazy Super Akuma. Loads of damage, wakes up with a Rager.
And the patience from Crazy Super Akuma.
I mean, Bati kind of a very much brave decision. If it worked out, then Akuma wasn't going to get KO'd, but he would have been very, very close. Oh!
Wow, big opening. Yep.
That's a pop kick. Oh, catching him on the ground. I mean, that was so smart because Bati, he's been falling for those sort of like delayed knockdowns so consistently, and he's really caught attention to that. Going in for those grounded grabs.
Quick jab. Nice confirmed from Akuma.
Definitely positioning more than damage in this situation. Tries to knock him out of the air, but no, the low. His back's to the wall as well. Spending all of his bars, but no combo. That's a huge drop.
It's unfortunate. He has rage now though, so it's like he's completely out of it.
Oh, big crouch. The knowledge, absolute knowledge, and Crazy Super Akuma is on match point.
Bati now against the ropes completely, but he has got a nice little confirm there. Just the wall carry, doesn't give him any space.
Oh, focus attack is the crumple, that could really hurt. He falls for the focus attack a second time. Even without the wall, he does a good 40%. Bati looking for the whiff punish. Catches it. There we go. Oh! One more of those will do it. That's a crucial tech. Oh no! Oh no, there's the DP going cleanly through. Oh no! No fear. Has to block what comes next. One more hit's going to do it. Bati has to fight for his life here. The demon flip again. Plus frames range drive, but he just disrespects with the DP. And again, winning another set with invincibility. I love it though, knowing that normally in that situation, right, you block the rage drive, you know your opponent is plus, normally you kind of have to hold something, right? Either a mix-up or you just expect them to press something, and then you throw invincibility into the mix. Very clever answer. Because it's that instance, it's rage drives. They enforce, most of them being plus on block, enforcing so much respect that you've got to hold. And in that situation where one more substantial launch, a substantial strike will do it, but if you're Akuma, that's just an extra element you've got to worry about. And it's, you know, it's Eliza and Akuma together, but you have no other options. You've got to watch out for it. So, moving on to our next match, I believe it's going to be Echo Fox JDCR versus Malekith. So again, this is going to be winners finals now. Winner will move on to grand finals where they'll take minimum second place. Obviously being winners finals, get the minimum third, so a nice amount of cash prize as well as those Tekken World Tour points. But you know, JDCR, he is guaranteed to the finals already. You know, points don't mean too much for him, and obviously he can't earn the European points for being here, but he can still take that prize money home. But Malekith, right, European, needs to get as many points as possible, right? We know he's in a good position on the leaderboards, but really to get as much as possible to just secure that safety of being in that top 5. Now, Malekith goes way back in Tekken. You know, he's a real European OG, and he's been doing well in Tekken 7. He has had his fair share of top 8s in European tournaments already. Mainly with Asuka, but we said before he does have a fantastic pool Phoenix. We have used it in the mirror yesterday. Used it in the mirror yesterday where could have potentially put himself into an Asuka mirror, but decided he would rather play Paul in that matchup. It did work out for him too. But this is where things get really important. Being minimum third place, that's already a nice chunk of change. That's already a good chunk of points as well. But if you get grand finals, that minimum second place, then it's only ever going to be more substantial to you as a European player who was looking for those leaderboard points. Indeed though, but now we are into winners finals. It is going to go to best of 5 territories, so first to 3 games now. So that little extra game to work with, try and adapt with whatever it is you're doing. Obviously both these players will be very familiar with that format by now, but important for sure. I mean, just to reiterate, JDCR yet to drop a round in this tournament, I believe, so very much on a warpath. Will Malekith be the first one to put a dent in that armor? Wow, we're moments away from finding out. Looking like JDCR is probably going in with Dragunov, and it's when he's been using Dragunov in Europe so far, it's just smothers. He smothers you, you know, just suffocates the way you try and play this game. It doesn't even allow you to get the smallest ounce of work going. But he remains as safe as he can be. If he gets punished or takes damage, most of the time, like we saw against Bati, it's off moves that, yes, they're unsafe, but they're only unsafe by maybe a jab or two, maybe a while rising 4. Nothing substantial. He doesn't overextend at any degree. Speaking of damage though, Malekith going in with Paul Phoenix, at least to start things off. No, I got a chance to see his Paul yesterday, looked very confident. Obviously now against JDCR. How will this work? You do find yourself being in a very stressful scenario here, because going up against JDCR, you need the points a lot more than he does. You know, so in many ways he has nothing to lose by being here, except for maybe the money he spent to make the trip. But he's been doing well in so many tournaments, it's not going to shrug him off too hard. But if you are a European player and you want these points and he lies in your way, it's almost a final boss battle. This is winners finals, 3 out of 5. JDCR already just in his face. But a power crush though. We saw JDCR getting a lot of mileage out of plus frames before Malekith immediately answering back with a power crush. Oh, dedicates the unload. JDCR uncharacteristically no punish. So JDCR, oh wow, knocked straight through. He's going to get huge damage here. He's got rage as well. Goes in for the wall. Can he finish? He does indeed, and that was a clean round. The delay, fantastic delay on top of that stage. Able to take the first round as well, no doubt. A little bit of signs of life here still for Europe. Malekith doing very well for himself. Lovely tech. Oh, that trade allowed JDCR to press the advantage. Oh wow. Backdash, but a nice whiff punish, JDCR. Oh, with another whiff. Enforcing those plus frames for Malekith. We've seen what Paul's damage can be already with rage activated. The low parry, here we go. Nels's going to scale heavily, we can get the wall, knocks it down. When you're one hit away from death, that running two is so dangerous and just challenged by JDCR. We've got 1 round each. Playing it though, Malekith isn't looking that flustered at all. Yeah, he's looking quite clean, looking strong.
JDCR though, his movement. Wow, another whip punish.
That's also not the first time JDCR has actually crouched that.
But again, though, Malekith, no space to move around. Big side step.
He did a really good job in round 1 to be able to get a couple of hits here and there and kind of almost equalise the damage. They would trade back and forth, but in this round had a much harder time doing it. JDCR just got right in there.
Again, this is that smothering style we've been talking about. Really good use now, though. Malekith, we get the first hit here, though.
Fantastic job to start off with, but really can't allow JDCR to bully him the way he has been to everyone in this tournament.
Taking damage where he can. You see, Malekith doesn't want to overcommit. He knows that he's going to get whip punished if he does anything out of line. Still, though, much more of a stable round for him this time. Just trading hit for hit now. He's sort of slowing it down, but trying to get in JDCR's face.
Well, he does currently sit in the lead.
Oh, hang on a minute. Big hit for JDCR.
Rage mode activated as well. Unlikely to spend it here. He'll save it for the comeback. Now, just like that, he's done a good job of almost equalising the health. One more substantial launch will take Malekith down around. Wait a minute, he's pressed a button. Oh no, he did indeed. You saw a couple of frames of Paul Phoenix just moving inches by inches just to confirm that rage art was gonna land 100%. That's unfortunate right there.
I think that was a big exclamation mark to put at the end of that game, because Malekith was looking strong, right? He was making a little bit of an adjustment towards the end, was taking damage where he could. But that ultimate just denial of any momentum, instant rage art. Just, okay, no, you're pressing a button here, that's it, game over. Start thinking about the next one.
Get ready for the next battle.
Kind of crazy, really, how they sort of, with the exception of that second to last round where they traded hits back and forth, Malekith was looking so strong in that final round, but that's it. He smells blood in one instance. He gets that one good read on when to armor through with Rage Art, and that's the whole round gone.
But that's the kind of read, right, that you
Round
know your opponent's
one.
going to have to remember and just take notice of. Because if you've shown that you're willing to throw that out, it's something you have to worry about. But another low parry. This time. JDCR this time.
Yep, coming out of JDCR. Oh, wow. Looking like it hasn't phased Malekith too much.
And
Standing
Malekith
very
is
true.
sticking with the style.
Has been working. I mean, all that really lost it for him was that one Rage Art, and that's quite a clean adaptation. Be ready for it next time, but no, the crumple, and he's got Rage. That's probably the round. Spending the Rage drive to finish, and a stop to seal round 1.
Again, that was looking good for Malekith, but one miss. Huge whip punish coming out of JDCR, taking as much damage as he can.
I think that's the scary thing about fighting a player like JDCR is one mistake will cost you the round. You've got to be so careful. You have to play so perfect.
Yeah, Malekith does a good job taking as much damage as he possibly can, one hit at a time, slowly but surely. Here comes Malekith, I mean, he is content taking those individual lows, those individual hits that do damage bit by bit. Oh, hang on, nice delay. Can't quite finish it because he was so close to the wall there.
Oh, no tech.
tech.
Has put Malekith in rage, and this is Paul Phoenix in rage. Oh no! Unfortunately gets caught out at the last minute. JDCR on the verge of having a second game up here.
Still remember, winners finals, we are now into first to 3 territory, so not quite on the verge. Losers bracket yet for Malekith, but JDCR just unrelenting. However though, a nice sequence started for Malekith.
Demolition Man, a nice chunk of
Oh,
damage.
wow.
No parry again, no fear.
JDCR has the knowledge, he's ready for it.
Even though he dropped that combo, he's still able to just have such a commanding lead. Back-to-back plus frames. When is Malekith going to challenge? You have to wonder. No, gets caught at the last minute. 3 straight rounds this time.
Going back to KiraKira now though, but I mean that really is that dominant play, right? That power play of just constant plus frames into itself.
It's a dangerous normal.
It's just daring,
one of
just daring you to do something.
absolutely one of the best normals in this whole game. I mean, the ability to enforce those plus frames, but in that situation, I mean, how many of those running twos are you going to take before you pull the trigger and you try and fight back? But the second you do fight back, JDCR, he's been aware of that, and he's just gone for another option that beats what you've tried to do.
So though, JDCR 2-0, Malekith has that 3-game situation lying in wait of him so far.
It's quite a tall order. I think taking 3 straight games is a tall order. Going back to Asuka doesn't really surprise us. He's had so much success with this character already, and in many ways, this is like a lifeline. This is his last chance to put a dent in that JDCR armor.
Still though, 3 games in a row and nothing less is what he must do now against the best Tekken player in the world.
But this is Malekith. He's had his fair share of success in Tekken 7 in Europe.
I mean, Malekith has been having an amazing tournament so far. Even though it's 2-0 so far, I mean, he hasn't been doing a significant amount of damage here and there. It's just, again, trying to close it out. Has been difficult.
Oh, he said a thing or two about damage. How about Dragunov against the wall? 1 round.
Ouch. Just for the sake of it. Why not?
Interesting. JDCR just dancing back and forth, looking for that one strike to go in with, and if he sees that whiff, he will punish it. Malekith, though, has a very sort of similar game plan with Asuka, just hasn't been able to get it online so far.
Quick low. Yeah, Malekith just chipping down 1 hit at a time. We saw him do this with Paul, trying to do the same thing with Asuka. There's the patience, JDCR, not trying to overcommit either.
Oh wow, that 1+2 just completely whiffed. Cans, that's where the damage comes from. Has to make this one count.
But Malekith is in the lead. He's approaching rage damage. Oh, but there's that low parry. This probably won't kill Malekith.
Yeah, he's not got rage.
Close to rage at least.
Can't end this in rage drive. Oh, the bait! The patience! 1 more hit. He's going to send him out around. Dedicates everything into it, but now has to hold the frames. Unfortunately, gets caught out by that mid, and he finds himself match point down. JDCR, 1 round away from Grand Finals.
Grand Finals winner's side, no less. When you're someone that's just been this dominant, that is a strong position to hold, waiting for whoever fights you at the end. But a nice quick sidestep again. Malekith on the wall here. A lot of damage coming through. Ouch. Still low. Being tripped from Malekith. Nice. I think that's actually a good awareness there. JDCR, I think it's unlikely he's going to get caught by that tech trap. Again, a little bit of a whiff, no punish just yet. Okay, kind of good here. Oh, hang on a minute.
One more live. Yep, 1 more strike slightly to do it, but Malekith's got to be so careful. Not quite punished. Oh no, the plus frames. Oh, tries to parry, but eats a rage drive in the face. JDCR in Grand Finals.
Imagine if that parry worked. Like, imagine if you won the round by parrying a rage drive in that kind of situation. That would have been like the perfect play for Malekith, but unfortunately wasn't meant to be.
Well, like, Malekith, the read was correct in that JDCR did indeed press a button. It just was the wrong button. It was the button that would beat him, you know, but either way, fantastically played by JDCR, does quite comfortably move into Grand Finals. And at this point, it's going to be a battle for the minimum 2nd place. And because of that, it's not necessarily the money here, it's going to be the points that come with the title of minimum 2nd place. And the fact that now Legendarymihawk and Caiper are both out of this tournament, 2nd place is a lot of points. Getting 2nd place will put you in that running to be one of those top 5 players.
But moving on to some more losers bracket action, we have Asim versus Super Akuma. Again, right, this is a match of those players that we know don't have a colossal amount of those Tekken World Tour points, but anything they can get now. I mean, we're going down to the very later stages of this tournament. This is a master event as well. Tekken World Tour master event. So a lot of points and a lot of money. So, the further you can get here, the better. But also, we are like late stages. So you're talking a significant amount of difference in points and money now for each individual placing.
Well, this is that fight for losers finals, that fight for 3rd place at least. And the divide between 3rd upwards compared to the rest of the entire placings is pretty significant. So everyone's going to want to be in losers finals just for a standing. So I will say it once and I'll say it again. The fact that the rest of the competition, the high up competition being Caiper and Mihawk, both of these players are out. These points are a complete free-for-all at this stage.
But now, again, going back into, I believe, a side switch here. I mean, this is a match of Asim, who's had a very, I think, consistent tournament here so far. Has had some really strong matches here and there. Played a number of different characters here and there. We've seen a lot of Katarina. We saw Dragunov before, where he had a very dominant showing versus KiraKira. But Super Akuma, hang on, Josie now for Asim as well. So another character being brought into the mix.
I mean, there are so many different characters that Asim, I mean, as a really old school Tekken player, goes so far back.
Super Akuma rubbing his hands together. I think he's happy with this.
I mean, if you're going to play on Hitbox, you're going to play Akuma at that level, you kind of have to do that. I think as a warm-up, just to make sure that your hands don't fall off, I would think. But, I mean, here he is, playing so well with Akuma from start to finish, looking to try and make it even further in this tournament. He has pulled off some crazy upsets, and in many ways, maybe not upsets, maybe he's cementing himself as a lethal European contender in this tournament at Dreamalition Derby 2017.
Right, there's Super Akuma on Akuma again, and
Round
Josie
1.
coming out of Asim.
Fight.
Now, I haven't seen a huge amount of Josie from Asim in this so far. The names may be the wrong way around, because it's unlikely Akuma will be going in for Josie, but I'm sure we'll find out. Catches him in the air with that air tatsu. The splat.
Oh, quick low, gonna tag. There's that catch from Asim. Again, going to scale quite heavily, but still a little bit of damage. But this is Akuma now in rage.
But no bar of super meter. Has just built it, but doesn't have the chance to spend it in round 1. That's important for Asim, a free round.
But Asim, you know, has that very aggressive style. I think Josie really fits that well. Josie really sort of buffering in that focus attack, trying to catch him running in.
I love those reactions. Like, Asim is ready for that flip, ready for the jump. He is not letting it go in the neutral, unpunished. Oh! Not quite a crumple, but yeah, looks like another potential combo drop there from Super Akuma.
Perhaps he did miss it. And lost any bar VX. Going to build it up at the end of this. Can have rage too, but it's going to be very weak.
I love the way Asim's going for those quick normals just to shut down Akuma. Don't even allow him to get those normals cancelled into viable on deck. Don't allow him to get started. Asim, he's up 2 rounds already.
He's looking very controlling here. Asim just in the driver's seat the whole time. A bar VX over Super Akuma. Oh no, not quite close enough to get the full confirm.
Yeah, potentially a little bit too far away. Has done a nice amount of damage already, but hasn't got any super meter just yet. Yeah, can't quite punish from that distance.
See again that jab, just trying to put a stop to Asim. Asim is that very aggressive. There we go, there's the confirm. I'm sure you can too, not a massive amount of damage, but definitely something. Oh, good life lead for Super Akuma.
That's a clean punish, and Akuma gets around on deck, but a lot more to do for that if he wants the game.
So half the way towards an EX meter as well. Oh wow, jumps clean over.
Oh,
big hits.
I mean, that's the risk, right? If you try and knock Akuma out of the air like we have seen him do earlier on, you take a full tailspin for your troubles. Spends on the bar, gets the ball splat, but a dodgy angle, can't quite finish it. Oh, the demon flip!
Oh, hang on a minute. Asim is in rage. This is Josie.
Near the wall, no less. Oh, he's spending the rage early. I think he's actually banking on the Oki. What's the mix-up going to be? This is going to do good damage.
That was a lot of life gone, and he's still near the wall.
Oh, shut down completely by that low kick.
Nice attempt, though, from Asim. Very close there. No, complete reverse. Akuma. Oh, that's going to connect into a full combo, too. Resets. We're going to get the wall splat. Yes, we do. Not quite close enough.
I believe actually maybe would have tried to dash in, but couldn't follow up. I don't think it matters too much. Still has Asim's back to the wall. Asim, he's in trouble. He needs something significant, and he needs it now. Doesn't even quite punish the fireball. One more hit comes out on the wall. Rising does it. 3 rounds to 2. And I mean, this isn't losers finals. This is back to 2 out of 3 territory, Mustard.
It is indeed. We're now into loser semis. This is a fight for losers finals, so we are still in best of 3. Still though, Super Akuma managing to bring it back there. That was a really strong first 2 rounds from Asim, but Akuma, I mean, that's actually been a running theme of this entire tournament. Are people being down 2 rounds, but being able to like just switch on for the last 3. I mean, the fact that you've got 3 out of 5 rounds in the match, it gives you a nice amount of time to, I guess, capitalize or adapt to what your opponent's going to be throwing out there. And funny enough, normally you would be the one that has to adapt to Akuma because he's such a unique character, but Super Akuma doing a good job so far of just making sure that you can stay in the fight. You know, it's still
not 3 straight rounds.
Arctic Snowfall now going on to one of these infinite stages, so no walls for these crazy extensions we've been seeing Super Akuma go for.
I feel like that's going to help Dragunov heaps and tons more than it's going to help Akuma. Punish on the Tatsu. Punish on that also.
Yeah, Asim, he has the knowledge. He knows what to watch out for.
He has been going for specific things, but actually sometimes it's going for certain options that is getting him punished. He tried to anti the jump in last time. Hey, a full tailspin into full combo. And there, I think Asim is a bit more content just taking the block, but it's going to allow Akuma to really run wild. He's got 1 bar of super and can absolutely kill with it. Acknowledges it's too far away.
Wow.
Punish on the low. Gets around.
Round 2.
That was actually a really good punish coming up from Super Akuma, managing to steal the round back anyway.
Oh, another hit confirmed. No wall required for this damage.
Wow, that hurts so bad, and he still has a bar as well.
Oh no! Tries to answer back for the jump, but he eats another combo.
Okay, the patience being blocked, but so much damage. A perfect KO for Super Akuma. And now match point. This is 2 out of 3 again.
If you're going in for Dragunov, the adaptation has to be made. I mean, this is the character change. We can't really ignore it. He's changed Dragunov from Josie. He really wants to try and stay in the fight, but it's so much harder when you're against Akuma, who has just woken up.
Ouch, this is going to do so much damage. About even life right now, though, with Super Akuma being on that match point. And he is so much closer to winning this set at the moment, but Asim getting a nice hit here. Fighting back. Still though, Super Akuma put it in.
Oh, nice!
Won't matter, yeah, I say. Put in rage, but it isn't going to matter anymore.
Now, Akuma was the one that made the 3 straight rounds in game 1. Does Asim reverse the momentum? Does he make the comeback this time?
He's done it before. Today, even. pretty quick.
There's that quick jab. We actually saw this against Mihawk, who's going in for that charged focus stack on prediction of the run in 2. Hasn't seen it work yet so far, but just even if he doesn't get the DP, look at the damage! He gets another jump in! He has a bar as well. He's going to do the FADC. So much damage coming through. Asim still alive, but very close. Oh, hang on a minute! Final hit of the string will close things out, and Super Akuma loses finals. Minimum 3rd place with this crazy Super Akuma. I mean, what a turnaround. Like, this guy is just, I mean, I know he's well known within the scene for being a fantastic Akuma. I believe he streams a lot as well, but just, he's played so well in this tournament. He is unignorable after his result today. I mean, no matter how well he does, he's taken out some real killers in this bracket with just Akuma 100%. He's been playing
and he's
so
still
well.
going. He's still very much in the tournament. Now he's going to be fighting against Malekith in this losers final. So going to be Akuma versus either Paul or Asuka, I should imagine. But still, you know, he has been looking strong and has been looking comfortable. And I think that's a good thing to see, right? Considering how much stress and pressure there can be at events like this, especially at the much later stages. We're now into our top 3, so it's going to be JDCR Grand Finals winner side is waiting for the winner of this next match, which is to be Malekith versus Super Akuma. I mean, being able to keep yourself together in front of a live crowd, in front of how many people are watching at home, and knowing what you're playing for in terms of money and points, being able to keep yourself together in that situation is crucial. Oh, 100%, 100%, but obviously Malekith has been doing really well in the tournament too. The fact that he goes way back, it's kind of funny really. Asim and Malekith had quite a similar story in that they both go way back in Tekken, real sort of old school guys within the scene, lots of experience behind there. But then here comes Akuma in the game, who is just so different to everyone else in the game that really enforces a new sort of playstyle you've got to be ready for. Kind of looked a little bit like Asim wasn't quite able to take that matchup and do what needed to be done against how to deal with Akuma specifically. Is Malekith going to have the same problem, or does he sort of do a little bit better against such a unique character like Akuma is in Well,
Tekken
we
7?
are going back into first of 3 territory now, considering this is losers finals. So regardless, both players are going to have a little bit of extra room. So if you are looking to like maybe learn some of the matchup on the fly, I know the game's been out for a number of months now, so you'd like to think that at least on a basic level you can be ready for most of the characters in the game. Akuma, especially being one of them, considering how unique he is. But even if you are kind of, learning as you're going, you have a little bit more time to do that now, which I think is going to be a bit game-breaking, or make or break at the very least.
So we go into this losers finals. For those of you at home, welcome. This is Dreamlish Derby 2017. A Tekken World Tour Master event. There's so much money on the line here, but not just money, the points. Those Tekken World Tour leaderboard points. And because so many of the players that are doing well these guys will be clashing and they will be colliding heads as these tournaments progress.
Well, speaking of other tournaments, we've had Japanese major literally just finished a few hours ago. Obviously, Saint being the one to take that home.
Tokyo Tekken Masters. I mean,
Exactly.
GG's to Saint.
But that was just another example of there being just really good Tekken action going on in the world. This has been a great weekend if you're a competitive Tekken fan. Been tournaments all over the place. Obviously, in America, we've got EST as well.
I mean, Eliza in Grand Finals in itself was ridiculous.
We might have Akuma in Grand Finals today.
This is going to be the day of strange Grand Finals, potentially. If Akuma makes it into Grand Finals, very much so.
That will also mean that we'll be able to see Super Akuma versus JDCR, which could be quite a spectacle, but he's got to earn that right. Malekith has been playing out of his mind. I mean, even though Saint did, it was still a 3-0 in winners finals. Malekith did look like he was putting up a fight.
But, by the way, you said Saint there and not JDCR. Oops to Daisy. Yeah. My bad. Dun, 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 dun. But Devil's Pit, the first stage for this losers finals. I said it before, I really love the fact that it transitions from one to another. Like, it's a really unique mechanic for a stage.
I can imagine Akuma isn't too happy about that.
Oh yeah, of course.
Considering
Akuma has a fantastic first 2 rounds, and then when it transitioned, just got a little bit harder for him to do the job. But this is losers finals. Malekith versus Super Akuma. Akuma versus... It's gone in for Asuka, so he's gone Asuka first. If it doesn't go well, maybe we'll see Paul. But we are back in best of 5 at the very least, so you have that wiggle room to try out other characters you have them, but a nice start for Malekith. I love that because that will sort of catch a lot of buttons and advantage options that Akuma will try and enforce. I mean, what a start. Half-life at least. I love the way actually Malekith is like pulled out all the stops. He's wasted no time. I mean, Akuma, he's going to be a little bit weaker until he builds that bar of super meter, so if you can lay the pressure on until he builds those resources, much better off for you.
Still, he is in rage at least. Oh, there's that Shoryuken through. Still in rage as well.
Oh, one more sweep will do it, especially with rage activated. Malekith with rage also. How's Akuma trying to establish this distance? Has to really navigate this minefield of Hadoukens going in for the rage drive. The plus frames, no bar to challenge it.
So the patience.
Oh, the spacing and the great finish for Super Akuma. Axe kick on the back of the head. Akuma with the first round in losers finals.
That was such a one-sided start as well. Malekith had almost the entire life bar gone within just 10 seconds or so.
He did spend his only bar of super on that DP though, so he hasn't got a bar still. Nice anti-air.
Oh, but can't actually get a full launch off it because of the state Super Akuma launch. Oh, spends a bar. Gonna get the ball splat on this.
I do really like Akuma's like hit confirm. Like when the second he sees the smallest normal connect, he will spend that bar and gets another wall combo. Back-to-back Tatsu. The parry.
Good start just to reverse some of this momentum. Malekith now in rage.
Oh, he jumps over the rage drive. It's gone. But hang on. Gets the launch. Is it enough to kill? Oh, and he slaps him when his back is turned. I mean, almost could have gone horrendously wrong when he missed that rage drive, but was able to recover.
Almost, but Super Akuma now with that 1 bar of EX stopped.
Oh, wow, demon flip. That's a punish. Doesn't let anything go unpunished. I spoke a bit too soon there, but look at that Akuma bar though. He's got so much meter. The block, but not enough yet.
He tried to confirm if it couldn't quite. Oh, blocks in time. What a parry. Great answer from Malekith.
That was just sick on so many levels. But look, Asuka, the rage. Can't spend it. Another sweep to take it. Akuma consistently accurate.
He's just mixing up right between swift mid kick and low, especially when Malekith is low enough that one hit is all he needs. Step back onto this infinite stage now for the rest of this match.
I've noticed, I don't know whether it's just a coincidence, but Akuma, he's been going in for those charged focus attacks way more often on an infinite stage where the running into plus frames is so much more likely. Oh, he challenges it. Can-Cans will punish that disrespect.
Big amount of damage coming through from Malekith now. Nice sweep. Super Akuma isn't quite in rage yet, but does have a bar of EX. Oh, there we go, that's probably going to do it.
Just the classic Asuka retreat. I mean, it just catches so many button presses.
Final round though, but just game 1. We have plenty left to go after this. Still though, getting that first tip, Super Akuma ending point blank. Trying to get some pressure on the go.
I would be very worried. 2 bars of meter on Akuma. Spends it, spends a second, gets the knockdown. No, drops the combo. Can't tailspin.
So they dropped it before Malekith had rage, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult for Malekith. Doesn't quite have rage yet, now has it.
Oh, the sweep! He just needs one more clean hit. Oh, and he gets it with a swift knee to the stomach. I mean, wow. 1 game is up for Akuma. He's now 2 away from going into grand finals.
Malekith going back for a stage select. Just trying to, again, another stage, right? Sounds obvious, but very important. Now,
the thing to take away from this is that it's a stage change and not a character change.
Yeah. When it goes, he had some good moments there. The first round was very one-sided. Clearly has the knowledge on the matchup, parrying some of the demon flip pressure.
Oh, he's prepared for this matchup. He has the knowledge.
Clearly see that he's prepared. And his preparation can only mean so much, right?
He's got those unique answers, but didn't quite work out in that first game. But it also comes down to this, the execution of Akuma, his ability to just confirm that super bar into a combo when he sees something connect. And if he's a bit too far away, he won't confirm at all because it naturally won't combo. Just nice awareness of a character specialist. Back-to-back jump in.
Malekith getting a launch, but again, wonky exchange. Didn't get too much for it. That's a bit more traditional though.
He's going to get the wall as well. No, actually a bit of a dodgy angle right there.
Axe kick. Quite a chunk of damage by itself. Oh, wow. Crouching punch didn't quite connect. Interesting.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's going to hurt, but can't finish it. Oh, the huge whiff.
I guess be very careful now. Very low.
Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, the crush on the low Malekith with the clutch launcher. Great.
Round 2.
Wonderful finish from Malekith. Exactly what he needs to get back in this one. Oh, the low parry again.
Not afraid to dedicate. Oh, the counter poke parry as well. So smart. Oh,
Malekith is just one step ahead every single time.
just from one good read to another. He's got basically 3 or 4 of them in a row. And a good capitalization on the trade as well. Oh, quite brave to spend his only bar on that, but he had the comeback. Hang on a minute.
Empty jump.
Oh, the 2D stuff comes out to play.
Hang on a minute.
Oh, the parry! Super Akuma was so close to making a comeback, but Malekith with the denial. Just the confidence to stick to these decisions. It's almost a fantastic comeback as well. Spent his only bar of super on it. Has built another bar now, though.
It's just a brawl, you know what I mean? This is just as back and forth as it gets. Akuma, big hit though, instant tailspin. Oh wow, the ball carry by itself. Oh, big damage extension. The chop, swift chop. Oh, he tries to anti-air with the retreat, but doesn't get it. Oh, instant Tatsu. No, tries to punish, doesn't quite get it. And the sweep. One hit away from taking a round. Oh, the swift kick to the midsection. Why not? Don't quite think Malekith. They actually dedicated. Just going in. I love the way Akuma, when he knows the round's over, he just spends all of his bar just for style points. Oh, doesn't quite get it that time. I love the patience from Malekith. His blocks have been on point. Oh, the whip punish. Interesting. Oh, the bait to end all baits. That was so smart. Going in for the 12 to beat the advance, knowing Akuma was going to spend the bar on the DP, and he just sat there and let him hang himself. That was a fantastic read. That was a truly Akuma-specific bait as well. That's really well played all around. I think he's just trying to find out, is it going to be staged, is it going to be randomed? I guess it is. It's kind of running the stage, needs to go random again apparently, but we'll see the guys restart. Yep, looks like we are going to go back to a stage change. I mean, that was, you know, we're talking about adjustments, talking about, you know, do you change characters? Oh, what do you do here and there? But Malekith, I mean, we saw parries, we saw baiting the DP, and that's, again, you know, looking out for, like, how much meter they have, looking out for how much resources they have, and then you throw Akuma into the mix. It just shows great knowledge. Yeah, of course. It means they've come prepared. There you go, onto an infinite stage. Super Akuma didn't look too happy about that. Still though, we've seen him win on infinite stages before. But Malekith, he's been having the chance in this top 8 to watch Akuma's matches, right? He's been able to watch the moments where the EXDP has been such an attractive option, and it's won Akuma matches, and he's dedicating to it so consistently. That is why Malekith puts the pressure on to bait the DP from him. Focus tag through. Oh wow, big opener for Malekith. Oh, reset! Still though, Super Akuma very close to winning his first bar. Oh, no parry for you. Yeah, caught in the air, but gets another launch. Likely to be the round. Yeah, could potentially be. No, a little bit left. Just lets him sweep, and I think it's a level of control Malekith's been able to enforce now. Oh, hang on, the quick jab though. Super Akuma doesn't want to overcommit to too much, I think. Oh, wow. Looking like a little bit of an executioner. I think Akuma may be a little bit nervous. Hang on though. Imagine get a nice opening here. At the very least, just point blank viable. Malekith did go for a parry. It could have been a read. Oh, perfect. What a way to return and get himself back into this one. Yeah, when your opponent's showing that they're being super dominant against you, getting a perfect in retaliation is a fantastic way to get back into the fight. Tries to anti-air, but no. Eats a sweep. All tags are low. Fireball doesn't connect. He did have a bar too. That was such a weird exchange from Malekith with the dance around. Oh, that's going to be a full combo. No, doesn't quite get it. Yeah, I feel like he's been dropping a couple of those. But, I mean, that's one thing Super Akuma's not doing. He's not falling for that. I actually love the patience, even spending the bar on that combo because he knew it was guaranteed. Sometimes those get-up attacks, they don't do a huge amount of damage, but... Oh, punished! Clean punish as well, but Malekith now in rage. Oh, another sweep! That would have been the round if it was blocked, but he has no fear. What ifs though? Only can mean so much when you're that low on life. And again, 2 sweeps back to back.
Oh, the low parry. Haven't seen that in a few rounds now. I feel like we may start to see that a little bit more consistently now. Malekith, the pressure's on.
Maybe
Punish.
though, Super Akuma has a bar of EX. Has to be careful with anything here. It's going to scale quite heavily, but it's point blank.
Oh, the dive kick again. Try to answer back.
And again.
Just back to back. Here comes the pressure from the FATC.
Oh, going in for the pressure, but the patience from Malekith. Oh, 2 sweeps. Malekith is enraged. This could be a problem.
But the rage drive. But because Akuma spent the resources on the plus frames, he's got nothing left. He's got rage, yes, but nothing to pressure.
Still, a rage might be all he needs. Oh, patience from Super Akuma.
Oh, no,
wow.
out of the air, but he's airborne, so no follow-up.
So close. Super Akuma, the little toe kick again. Malekith takes a round. And now 1 round away from finding out who's going to be having at least the advantage here. Have that 1 game to sit on.
Oh, the whip.
Oh, that anti-air. Lovely delay there too from Malekith. The patience. Oh, wow.
That's a clean pickup.
But not going to work again. Super Akuma with the patience. Oh, I love that step.
Oh, the Shoryuken. He's got the rage. The air flip.
Uh-oh. This could be the start of the sequence for Super Akuma. Doesn't have an EX bar, but that rage could be a problem.
Importantly, Malekith doesn't have rage just yet. Blocks the can-can. Hang on a minute. The parry into grab. The lovely Bay Akuma ready for the parry. And he's got another game on the board there.
Oh my word. 1 game away. That run in. Baiting out the parry and swiftly punishing it with the grab. Still though, 3 out of 5. We are not finished.
Mishima building. This could be the final stage. I mean, that grab at the last minute, it was just amazing reads back and forth. That was the entire round, that entire game. It's just these micro decisions that are being made last minute. And as of that last round, Malekith was the one that was in control. Like, he was making those decisions. He was on the money. But in that final round, not so much. This could be the final game. Super Akuma, 1 match away. He's going to be in grand finals to face JDCR.
Still though, don't say it's over, Malekith. Even though he is down a game, more than capable of bringing this down to a game 5.
Oh, here we go, the crumple. It begins.
Consistently seeing Super Akuma get a lot of damage off of those crumples. Oh, wait a minute.
Whiffs the sweep and actually give Malekith a few frames to work with on wake up.
Oh, the armor break.
Oh, doesn't get both hits of the can-can, but doesn't matter. Catches the launch anyway.
Round 2. Fight.
Nice turnaround from Malekith. Desperately needs this game.
That was the exact kind of style he needed though. But a nice swift instant launcher from Super Akuma. Haven't seen him do that too often. Spencer bar.
Oh, and he gets another cash out.
I thought once he got the wall splat with the Tatsu, that was where the combo was going to end. Clearly not. However, Malekith, coast to coast, one side of the wall to the other. Oh, hang on a minute. Super Akuma gets another opening. Malekith.
Wasn't even a true combo.
Yeah,
he just
was
caught
blocking
Malekith
low.
blocking low. Maybe he was expecting the mid because Akuma's been dropping it consistently. There's a parry. 1 more of those. Rage for both players.
Oh, quick jab. Doesn't quite do enough, but that will. Malekith. Swift little kick. 1 round away from tying things up. But Super Akuma, he took his first game with a 3-round comeback. You know he's capable of doing it.
I mean, if Akuma puts a toe out of line, Malekith will jab him for at least take the damage it's guaranteed. The flip for the knockdown. Can, here we go. Launch again.
Very one-sided round so far. Malekith taking advantage.
Oh, that quick flip to avoid. But she was too low on the ground.
Wasn't quite able to get it, but again, scoop on Malekith. The demon flip pressure has 2 bars of EX as well. Malekith cannot rest on anything right now. Oh, doesn't quite connect.
Oh. There it is.
Wait a minute.
That's the game. That's it. He's going to get the wall. He's going to finish it. No, the drop. Oh, the parry as well.
Oh, I thought for sure Super Akuma maybe had waited too long. I was like, what's he doing? Just finished.
The combo drop, though, he might live to regret that. Maybe not with a launch to start this potential final round.
Maybe, maybe not. We know Super Akuma has 2 bars of EX at the very least. Spends one of them. No! Shoryuken, no!
Oh, no.
Oh,
chunky.
that is so much damage.
Oh, no, the bait! He finishes it off, and it's 2 games to 2. Final game.
Are going into game number 5. 1 left to decide who will go on to face JDCR in grand finals. So many Tekken World Tour points and cash money flying on the shoulders of this final game.
Just reminding Akuma that he needs to go in for the stage. I mean, just in the heat of the moment, you see right there, he's so into it. Just little things like changing the stage to random. You just want to get into the next game. You're not even thinking about that element of map change or stage change.
Right, Precipice of Fate will be our last final stage for this last game in this losers finals. Malekith and Crazy Super Akuma. Only one could advance through to grand finals.
And there's so much money and points riding on this placement.
But this has been such a good game. This has been such a good set back and forth from the start until now.
Just to remind everyone at home, the rest of the leaderboard competition, most of them did not place as well as they were expecting, which means that the points, it's a free-for-all for anyone who places higher. Here comes Akuma, the fantastic start. Oh, they cash out with massive damage. Can out of the air, though.
Nice read on the ground. Just get a little bit of damage, but there's a nice parry. That's the kind of thing Malekith has been really making the most out of, but sometimes successful, sometimes it's being baited, but that really is the read.
Speaking of reads, those demon flips are a bit of a mix-up. I love the fact Akuma keeping it nice and safe. The low instead, easier to land.
Still low, Super Akuma. Spends only bar BX. Malekith still very much in this. It has been difficult sometimes.
Oh wow, nice quick instant sidestep. Yeah, those sidesteps are on prediction of those demon flips, and they've been working out so well for Malekith when he finally lands it. He can whip punish easily, but oh, I love the advance.
Yeah, spends the bar just to go in with a fireball, trying to get some full screen pressure. Oh, on the parry again.
Delayed it, just to be active for ever so much longer. Again, here we go.
That might do enough. It'll be close.
Not quite. Oh, but running into the quick low. I mean, when you're that weak, it basically is a 50-50 between unseeable low or unseeable mid. Very scary to be on the receiving end of.
Just going to go Super Akuma. Needs as many EX bars as he can to get these crazy damage. He's playing very well without it right now. Oh, Malekith tries to punish with a power crush, doesn't quite get it.
But from that range, I mean, you can see Akuma, he's had a hard time punishing that launcher, so you can see why Malekith's been so inclined to go for it.
Oh, he got opened up though.
Opening.
Oh, the parry gets baited again.
Obviously, first hit of Can comes out, but the second does not. Akuma lands the hit necessary. He's on match point.
One round left to go, separating him between grand finals, but Malekith, he knows more than capable of taking this down to a final round.
Oh, the whiffed 1+2.
Still, oh no, he got hit again.
Pressing buttons. I mean, he's just getting hit by so many individual hits here and there. They're not even combos. Oh,
hang on a minute, instant tailspin.
He's gonna hit the wall. Cash out extra damage. The Tatsu, one more clean launch might do it. He catches him against the wall. Is it enough?
Oh, on the point-blank sweep from Crazy Super Akuma will eliminate Malekith and bring him to grand finals, where he will now face off against Echo Fox JDCR.
I mean, I think the crowd in many ways was just completely divided there, because you've got Malekith,
old school Tekken legend in EU,
and he was this close to go into grand finals as well, but Crazy Super Akuma has just been playing out of his mind this entire tournament. And I mean, what a weird grand finals we have right now. JDCR, Crazy Super Akuma. This is a matchup I don't think I was even remotely prepared to see.
I'm looking forward though to seeing how it plays out, because JDCR really has just been sticking to that aggressive, smothering, in-your-face style of I'm just not going to let you move at all. But I mean, if you've got an invincible DP, so maybe try and get out of that situation. And we know Super Akuma is willing to resort to that if he needs to.
Because when you know that your opponent is prone to those invincible DPs in a game or a character, like it's a big punish.
If you block it, you're going to take a lot of damage for it.
That being said, it does, in many ways, open up another defensive option besides the fact that it is an invincible reversal. If you have an invincible reversal and your opponent, the only way for them to counter the DP is to respect the DP. If you expect them to expect your DP, they'll do nothing. And if you're ready for them to do nothing, you can now press a button.
If you know that they know that you know, you do the thing because they know it.
Exactly.
But you knew it all along.
Exactly. Easy. Well, we're going into our grand finals right now. It's going to be JDCR, Echo Fox no less, versus Crazy Super Akuma. This is Dreamolition Derby 2017 Tekken World Tour.
It's definitely safe to say JDCR was the favourite going into this tournament, but now the fact that he is sitting in grand finals, winner's side too, for those of you watching that may be unaware what that means. JDCR, this could be 3 out of 5, so first to 3 games, best of 5, first to 3 matches. As JDCR's winner's side, he must win 1 set, so he has to win 3 games here. Crazy Super Akuma must reset the bracket by winning the 3 out of 5, thus putting JDCR into losers, where it will reset back to 0-0, where it will then be another 3 out of 5 setting. Which means that he has to take 6 games from JDCR. where so far he hasn't dropped a single match.
This is what is so scary to deal with, because JDCR is the undisputed greatest Tekken player in the world right now. You know, EVO 2017 champion. He's won countless majors in Tekken 7 already.
Around the world,
and
no
his
less.
teammate Saint fresh off that victory at the Tokyo Tekken Masters. I mean, the story of the day is, will Echo Fox win 2 Tekken majors in the same day?
Maybe. He might be mere minutes away from running out, but Super Akuma is that final lifeline. The lone defender of Europe here, trying to stop this invader, well, taking home first place.
Quite funny how, really, the character that is going to try and prevent the invader from taking the title is the invader
I mean,
of Tekken 7,
JDCR could
Akuma.
pick Heihachi here and make this a canon matchup.
But
It
I
could be on
think he's,
Mishima Dojo, it could be Akuma versus Heihachi. I'd love that.
Well, I kind of feel like he may like the tournament victory a little bit more, and for that reason he's going to go with Dragunov first. But
What a
at
big
least
surprise that is.
But that's what's so scary, I think, when you face off against JDCR, is the fact that it's Dragunov, yes, but he still has the best Heihachi in his arsenal as well. Like, it's 2 fantastic characters, not just one. But we're loading in. The handshake comes out. This is going to be our match. This is going to be the Dream Elition Derby Grand Finals, Tekken 7, Tekken World Tour, EU versus Korea. Let's go. The taunt.
Super Akuma really
The
has
ritual.
been on a tear so far, but I mean, JDCR barely dropped around all tournament. Will Super Akuma be the one to put a change to that?
I mean, getting a dent in the armor is the first challenge. Getting that game off JDCR, proving that he is not untouchable. But here comes JDCR, the opening already, the grab, already 50% down.
Big man damage coming through, so much pressure. Akuma now in rage. The EX though, has to be careful.
Just again, taking those jabs, little damages here and there. Low parry immediately. But I think we are going to see a ton of low parries there, because Akuma, a huge way of him opening you up is that low kick into fireball FADC. But if you can deny that low kick outright before he even has a chance to spend the bar, the low parry will see to that. But here's the opening. Akuma, clean combo.
Wow, nice combo against the wall as well. Oh, misses the full extension, but gets a nice chunk of damage
Ooh,
anyway.
Unfortunately, that demon flip put him his back to the wall momentarily.
Still in the life lead. Even things out now though.
Oh,
JDCR,
no.
wow, hang on a
Picked up.
minute. Just as quickly as he had it, he's lost it.
Oh, and a low takedown in just a small amount of time. JDCR with the turnaround. Already potentially taking his final round.
And again, that jab. Oh, the demon flip throw. That's the plus frames.
And the first time he's enforcing plus frames, the challenge on the invincible DP. That is a message to JDCR.
On that sidestep, I like the knowledge. JDCR avoiding it completely. You get near the wall on this. He does get the extension. Oh,
Oh no, just gets caught outright. There's the stomp. Unable to fight back. I mean, he's got rage, but doesn't have the chance to spend it. That was 3 swift rounds. And because JDCR's in winners, he only has to get 2 more games, and that will be it.
that was swift. In swift fashion, JDCR goes up 1 game. Akuma, he was using those tools, right? He was using the DP to try and get out of the plus frames, doing damage where he could, but it just... I don't think anyone is quite as adept at just seizing an opportunity like JDCR right now.
But it's also a high level of matchup knowledge. You know, that Akuma is such a unique character in this game. He has his own little tricks that you need to know to get around a matchup like that. But we saw immediately, you know, that cancel into Demon Flip, it was wasting no time. The instant sidewalk into the launcher, like he knew that was an option, and that was the answer. But
So we're
there
giving
are
the same
plenty of
stage again
games.
after the random though, so we're going to be going for a straight up rematch here.
Fight.
notice again, but I love the early, actually I love the early jump kicks because he expected the sidewalk. That's an immediate adaptation.
JDCR going to get hit by the front hit of that string. Oh, there's a punish.
I mean, he's well aware of what JDCR is trying to answer back with, so he's now having an answer, but no, falls for it again the second time.
Oh, wow, nice wake up. Going to be a full combo too. This could be around for Akuma if he can keep this momentum going.
This is JDCR with rage. Oh, just the crawl to escape. Oh, that was so sick! What are you doing pressing buttons, mate? That was so brave, teleporting forward into an invincible reversal. Wow, that was that next level Yomi stuff. Most ridiculous play of the whole tournament. Anyway, he's got 1 round, he has to take 2 more.
Oh, he got the flip. He can ride this momentum. Frames to nothing. JDCR
But
expecting
JDCR
disrespect.
expecting the EXDP, so he presses no buttons. That is the increased defensive option that Akuma has. Oh,
And again, punish.
Oh, this could be it. No, he drops the combo. JDCR still alive. Oh, he fights back. I mean, you do not want to give JDCR an opening, but Akuma, he's one round away from denting that armor.
I mean, a round is a dent. I'd go as far as to say that our game as a whole, the set is that armor basically isn't doing its job.
Oh, patience from JDCR, expecting the flip.
There's a punish on the low. JDCR still ready. Bit of a wonky axis here, but JDCR clearly ready to play like it.
Oh, hang on a minute. The focus attack.
He has rage too.
Increased juggle. Spends the bar on the FADC. He's going to get the wall again. Misses the ender, but hang on. He needs one more clean opening.
Here's the plus frame.
Oh, the grab doesn't get tech. That's going to be the round for JDCR. And that's the first time he's grabbed after that run in two as well. So you wonder what he's going to do next.
Akuma didn't have any bar. Yeah, the DP wasn't an option there.
Oh, hang on. Launch. He's going to get the wall once more.
There's the wall splat, the extension. Oh, big damage coming through, spinning all over the place.
Consistently catching JDCR, trying to fight out of this. Has a hard time getting around that demon flip.
Still, though, he is enraged. JDCR with how much damage he can do. That's the plus frames again.
Oh, he waited for it. Bait at the DP. Here's the pressure. Gets the low kick into fireball, and the game is taken. JDCR has lost a game.
JDCR drops his first match of the tournament. If Super Akuma can keep this momentum going, we might see the upset. But I mean, it's easy to say that right now. There is a long way to go before we see that. But the important thing is that journey has been started. One game on the board. However, he's still in losers. JDCR has much less work to do.
We're on Jungle Outpost, though. The next stage being Jungle Outpost. Very, very small until we go downstairs. That's going to be great for Akuma if he lands any conversion. Most of the time on this stage, if you land a launch, you're going to get hit by the wall on this stage.
So though, one apiece. We are actually tied up, and that jab works again. And I really feel like still seeing JDCR go for the sidestep. A consistent answer for that demon flip.
Well, he's not being deterred. We're going to go downstairs, and that's already going to be good for JDCR. Just a bit of a larger stage.
But, oh, hang on a minute. What a demanding first round. JDCR in complete control.
I love the fact that JDCR is just being so insanely aggressive here, because, look, he hasn't built a bar of meter. He's not got that EXDP. Until he gets that defensive option, you have way less to worry about.
All blocks in time. Wow, jab into Shoryuken turns that jab into a full combo. Get the ball in this. Ouch.
Oh. Oh. Picks him up. Doesn't quite get the ender.
Not quite close enough to get the extension there just yet. Still has got a bar of EX and a lot of space.
Wow, catches him anyway.
Oh no!
Is that connect? That is 100% going to work, and even though he's got that much health left, JDCR, that's likely to kill 100%.
Enough, though?
I reckon so. Oh, wait a minute. Not quite. He's still got a lifeline. For the whiff. Wait a minute. Whiffs the normal into the EXDP.
Oh, and there's another whiff. Ready for the whiff punish is JDCR. Actually surprised that Shoryuken didn't do just enough damage.
By the way, that whiff button into EXDP was super smart. It's just a shame that it didn't do enough damage. The read was on point, but the damage didn't pay out.
JDCR trying to get around this Hadouken's. And again. Oh, ouch.
That looked like a hit confirm. He's going to be going in for that focus attack. That's why JDCR is a little bit anti going in for those running twos, but he expected to cancel and caught the recovery frames.
That's going to be a full extension too. Stage opened up. More room to work with. Oh, hang on a minute. One jab away from taking this, but JDCR is in rage.
Oh, hang on a minute. A whiff punish. He was looking for it. But Akuma, one step ahead in that round. 2 more rounds to go.
Oh, there we go. Nice answer. Full launch. JDCR ready with the punish. Gets the wall as well. Huge damage.
Huge damage indeed. 2 bars of meter though. If he has a chance to spend that, he's in a much better spot. Has to find that opening first. Oh, whiff!
Very low into the DP just to reset this back to neutral situation, but is in rage still. Spent a bar of EX.
Oh, no confirm into fireball.
Yeah, be so careful though. Sticking out any button is going to be a death sentence here. Shoulder.
Run into down 2. I mean, it was just navigating that minefield of fireballs, catching the recovery frames. It's 2-1 for the JDCR, but really, I feel like Akuma is looking a bit more comfortable here. But you're 1 game down. That is such a hard ask in this stage of a tournament.
But I actually love the way JDCR played that. Right at the start of that second, well, I suppose that level, right? The jungle outpost. As soon as he got the chance to go down to the bottom, he did.
Well, the jumper comes off. Is that going to be the key to victory?
The full potential unlocked. The power released.
Shackles removed.
Round 1.
We're going to be on the stage that I've already forgotten how to pronounce. Oh, tries to whip punish with a launcher, gets it anyway. That's an early start. JDCR, we've saw this earlier on. Unbelievable aggression until that super meter is built. Until Akuma gets the defensive option, he just lays that pressure on. Oh, and even
Wow,
the hop
that
over
is
the
such
crush.
a strong round. And again, running punch. An easy round for JDCR.
Round 2.
2 more of these, and he will be our champion of Dream Nation Derby. The crouch on the second hit.
The demon flip again with the patience from JDCR. Oh no, gets tagged this time.
Oh, the
wow.
dash under the knowledge. He picks him up as well.
Oh, there's the whip punish, doesn't get too much from it. Oh, instant sidestep.
One
He's
more of
always
those.
ready with those punishes.
Just dancing around him.
He is enraged, he does have EX bar.
But you can see right there, JDCR, he's not pressing any buttons because he's expecting the DP. That's giving Akuma the opening. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough. In fact, tournament point for JDCR.
You know, Super Akuma almost has full bars of EX, but might be a little bit too little, too late. JDCR already controlling the pace from start to finish. Again, it's that spacing right. He's just dancing in and out of those ranges. I mean, consistently, Akuma, he's had 2 bars of Super Meter, but just completely unable to spend an ounce of it. JDCR just isn't leaving anything on the table. He's taking himself as hard to open up as possible. A little bit too early on that kick, so JDCR with a quick little jab, but here's the confirm, spending both bars. He commits into it. Oh, doesn't have anything left though. Sidestep, the grab, there's the tech. JDCR, if he goes for that range up.
He's got rage. If he lands one launch, this tournament is over.
Oh, that was the attempt. That could have been it.
Cancelling the second hit, doesn't want to risk the duck. Gets one viable, but it's not enough. Needs one more. Oh, hang on a minute, that might do enough. He's going to get the tailspin, confirms into Rage Art. That is all she wrote. Echo Fox JDCR is your Dreamalition Derby 2017 champion.
Well deserved and well played. I mean, look at just how little life he was alive with at the end. Just pixels remained against a character that does chip damage.
I mean, that one fireball as well. I mean, I was like, right, he's been hit by the air fireball. Is it going to be enough? Not quite. Just a little bit more, and it would have been good. But I mean, just huge congratulations to Crazy Super Akuma for just the journey he's had today.
I mean,
he's
well
played out of
played.
his mind.
Absolutely well played in GG's all around. Crazy Super Akuma. I mean, we saw him yesterday as just a guy that was just signed up as Akuma, playing Akuma. We're like, oh, that's cool.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
And here he is in second
And then he just
place.
starts like smashing people up like it ain't nothing.
Second place today, the only person to take a game off JDCR, and almost perhaps a second. I mean, if some of those rounds, like a single hit went a little bit different, we might have potentially at least seen a reset, but it wasn't meant to be. JDCR just that unstoppable train of Tekken force, and still remains true to this day.
The story will be who can stop JDCR, and that story will indeed continue. But the important thing to take away from today is the fact that the points leaderboards has in some ways been blown right open, with Malekith getting 3rd place and with Crazy Super Akuma getting 2nd. The standings in that top 5 leaderboards is now kind of all over the place, because these guys have done so well. They've got a nice chunk of points themselves. Now they themselves have gone up, and their competition who had the points already, some of them didn't get top 8 or got joint 7, so they didn't get a huge amount. So that does mean that the European tournaments to come just got very interesting indeed.
I think this was a bit of a mix of, result-wise, mix of predictable and unpredictable. I know that sounds like it almost any tournament, right? But JDCR winning was kind of the main prediction here. We kind of all expected to see this to a degree, and that's obviously what happened here. JDCR winning 1st place through the winner's side. But everything else beyond that, you know, Crazy Super Akuma 2nd place, Kane and Trench not top 8, Caiper top 8 losers. Mihawk went out in joint 7th. Mihawk in joint 7th, losing 1st round and managing to make that comeback. And that's just some of the examples. This was such a roller coaster of just Tekken's success. Some players not doing as well as expected, some players doing way better than expected, and I think that really is the beauty of the game, right? It's still relatively new, 3 or 4 months. These players have been putting in as much time as possible. Some new characters, some returning, some old sort of, you know, legendary, I suppose, veteran Tekken players in Europe, some newcomers. It's just a good mix of everything you need.
Echo Fox taking 2 tournaments in one day. Whoever is responsible for picking up fighting game players for Echo Fox, you do your job pretty damn well, I would say. Not just in Tekken, obviously, but oh my words! As you can see, here comes the awards ceremony. Let's play out for a bit.
Malekith 3rd place, Crazy Super Akuma 2nd, and obviously JDCR 1st. A very good top 3. I think a fitting top 3. Definitely the 3 best players here on the day. They definitely brought the most solid play. See, applause all around. Crowd getting in behind these guys. I mean, they did Europe proud, right? They did well. They held their own against each other. JDCR obviously being just that unstoppable force, but they played well enough.
I think you could definitely say that. And also, there we go. I mean, just putting things into perspective, really. The God winning the tournament. But we will see these players again. This is not the end of any of these players.
I mean, Tekken World Tour Finals, right? That's what this is all about. It's all about working together, getting as many points as you can, and ultimately meeting at that big world final. That's what they're doing. Well, actually, their success here has made that all the more easier, I suppose.
What's helping JDCR is getting this experience. You know, getting the experience against some of Europe's strongest players, or either Europe's best players or other players around the world. JDCR is fighting the best of the best. So when he goes into Tekken World Tour Finals, I don't think anything's really going to take him by surprise, and that's the really important thing to take away from today's tour.